gets longer.
So this is a little slime, which he's so cute.
I'm
I
so
love
happy
him
you know
so
the name.
That's
Done!
yay!
I actually done it. This is insane. Okay,
I'm so focused on this thing.
It's
here.
hard. It's hard to concentrate.
And the thing is, when you're being bullied, you do feel as a child, why are the adults in the world letting me down? Why are they letting this happen? When I started fighting back, changed my life forever.
I'm actually enjoying a little bit of wine while we do this because it felt inappropriate to not have libations.
Look at this. It's kind of, I don't know what this was from.
I had a great freaking time. I chose a Lego set that was like, don't do the flowers, guys. Don't do the flowers.
Obviously, I'm the problem because I keep making the same bad decision.
I did berate them for a long time about coming on Lego, so when David asked, I had to say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No big deal.
Yeah, fuck, how do I pitch my channel? I cover a lot of the current drama and stuff that's going on, but predominantly I'm somebody who's kicked around the internet for quite a long time.
I guess technically it's round 2, though, right? Oh, no, we got it. Okay, never mind.
We're round one.
I don't know what I'm doing.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the top of my table is black here, and I loaded all these black Legos onto it, so it's
outstanding.
What do tofu and a lady toy have in common?
What?
They're both meat substitutes.
So I do bonsai. I collect bonsai trees, and these trees aren't it. they're wrong. These trees they have bad form.
But then in high school, I decided to do all kinds of weird stuff to my hair. I actually dyed my hair jet black at one point, and I have white eyebrows and white eyelashes and arm hair. So
I got the part of the base done, and I'm working on what I think is the owl now. See, that's how you get invited back. You just do it really slow.
Yes, Expert has the most tattoos. You just can't see them.
That looks really cool.
That's awesome.
This is so random.
But it's not the size of the tower. It's how well you use it.
we're gonna be here till 2 in the morning.
Outstanding.
It's so past my bedtime right now.
Having the problem with this one here.
Just tell me what I need to do.
You're telling me that
Zero numbers. There's no numbers.
I'm not sure how you do it.
No numbers.
right?
My kids are going to build this before I'm done with mine tonight. So
yeah.
Most definitely.
They're starting now.
So. Well, hey, if Flash can have a half-hour intro, so can we, my God.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
How we doing?
Welcome, Aiden, the man, the myth, the legend, for the return.
What's going on?
The man of the hour.
Of the year.
Well, depending on which Lego build, hours.
Well, I'm glad you could join us for a Lego stream. It's been, I feel like it's been 2 years since you've been on, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Some things have happened, I hear.
Yeah, a lot's happened.
Yeah. So, and you've been making the tours. I'm glad you could stop by and build some Lego with us. So the name of the game is Wendy controls the chat, but she'll pull up the chats and ask some questions while we also ask questions while you build your Lego. And then maybe a few libations and, the truth comes out sort of thing. That's the idea. But welcome.
Well, for some here, it's early evening. It's not early evening here. It's 2 a.m. and I have work in the morning.
Nice.
But Dave, I have to ask you, have Yates finished his Lego build yet? It's been a year.
I don't know. I think he threw it in a box.
I think
he's done with it.
Throwing it away.
Yeah. Well, some people don't finish. So, Aiden, if you don't finish, don't be terribly concerned. You just have to come back and finish it. That's all.
All right, deal.
Well, and speaking of Lego, what are you building? Can you show us? Do you have the box to Aiden? Will you show
I'm
us?
definitely not going to build it this whole episode. I mean, this is like a gigantic box you sent me in the mail.
Uh-oh.
It's like a whole police city thing. It's like a
how many pieces is it?
Station,
That's not that many pieces.
668 pieces.
That's small.
No, that's not that bad.
Oh, you're
That's
good.
small. I've got a 500 piece set here. You can do it.
Yeah,
it ain't that bad.
In
I
one
thought the police
episode,
department was appropriate for you.
Yeah,
You can get a little like Canton PD sticker to put on afterwards.
yeah, some good trolling you did there.
Right. So, chat, what do you think of Aiden's Lego build? You think it's awesome?
When's the last time you built Lego, Aiden?
I don't know, when my kid wanted to build one, I'm like, it has directions and stuff. It's like
Oh yeah, there's a I'm sure a thick book that looks pretty thick.
Yeah, that's what she said, but
yes, she did.
You can't say that kind of stuff around me. Okay, all right, yeah. Oh, there's a whole.
I love it.
Louise.
Right. On my person.
And yes, CH, there is a Sally port, but somehow the video of it is gone.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
You gotta start with page 1 there. It's fairly straightforward. I'm sure it'll be self-explanatory as you go.
After watching the last few, let's say, days or so of streams, so tell me, Aiden, how do you feel now?
How do I
that one right out of the way?
How do I feel? Good one.
All is
Good one.
in for the kill.
Yeah.
Never heard that one before.
It's bizarre to me that's the the common question or whatever, because it's not over. Like, yeah, the Karen Reed thing's over, but you're still in the middle of all of your shit, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
It's
that question doesn't make sense at all. By the way, since everyone skipped over me, I am building Da Vinci's flying machine, so I'm really excited about this one.
Looks fun.
We got this one for a guest we had a few months back, and I really liked it and kind of wanted to get one for myself, so now I got this.
Is that like punk? What's that called? Punk something?
Steampunk? No,
Steampunk.
It's Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. He built the flying machine before airplanes were even a thing.
You know, I don't know things. That's why I come here on for Lego to learn from you guys.
That's right.
And I, of course, am still working on the Diagon Alley set. From Harry
It's like
Potter.
the 6th stream that you're working on that. Are you ever going to finish it?
I should finish it.
I think
here
he's going to
shortly.
finish it
Got a couple
today.
bags
And
left.
what's Mr. Starro have?
I have Batman.
That's my Christmas gift to you.
Yes, Dave sent this to me for Christmas. So this is what. So it's a slightly smaller box than what Aiden got.
That's also what she said. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I stepped right into that one.
Everyone's smaller than Aiden. Just get that out.
Nice.
Aiden understood this stream immediately.
So I didn't know you were like on a worldwide interview tour. What spurred that?
Nothing. Just got invited on stuff. Like, I did like on the 18th. It was in like high demand on the 18th. I went on Billy Bush on my way home from court that day, and then I went on this guy Ryan Godursky's podcast. He used to work for CNN, and then I went on. Then after that, I got a bunch of inquiries in my inbox. A lot of new people I'd never talked to before about the case, like Jason Whitlock. I went on his thing, and but then other people who I've gone on with before, like Mike from the Young Jerks, wanted to have me on, and then I went on with some law tubers like Runkle and Andrea Burkhart and Defense Diaries. Most of them I've gone on with Bob. I think I've been on with Bob. Was it on your channel I went on with Bob? Do you know Bob Mahata?
No, not my channel.
I've definitely been on with Bob before, but it was not on his channel. But either way, I went on with his channel.
Was it with Baker? Was it with Baker?
It might have been with the Baker.
Maybe me even. I might have.
I think
By the
you
way,
were there.
we're
Yeah.
always
I might have
calling
been
him
there.
the Baker from now on. That's awesome.
The Baker.
The
Baker.
I'm going on with the Baker Wednesday, and looking forward to that. That should be good, fun, dry humor as always. And what the
Very
hell else?
Danish of him with that dry humor.
It is very Danish of him. Yeah. I forget what I have tomorrow. I need let me check I got a person that does this for me. I'd be lost
you need
without
a
her.
person. You need might need two people now.
Let's see. So tomorrow I'm on with Justice Served. I'm going on with Justice Served TV at 8:00 tomorrow, and then the Baker Wednesday, and then on Thursday I got no one right now. Cool. So I'm good. Yeah, and then I'm going to go on vacation next week. So, and then we'll continue the horror tour when I get back. I'm sure. So.
The horror tour.
Yeah, that's what we call it. I'm
awesome.
whoring myself out to the internet. So, some
well,
have.
I feel like it fits. You're not wrong.
Yeah, some have gone better than others. But yeah.
All right. So for those of you who are living under a rock and don't know, you have a fairly successful, what do we call it, like a news blog, or how do you define it?
Yeah, it's a media conglomerate, I guess.
Okay.
It's like just a news and information website with a complimentary YouTube channel that supplements the content. At least that's how it was initially designed to be. It was just supposed to be like my YouTube show was supposed to be where I would just go and talk about the things that I wrote about and kind of do a recap of them. And, like everybody was starting to do YouTube content and podcasts and stuff like that. So I wanted to get in on the game. And, I was really more of a writer for a long time. Nobody watched my show. I would get like, up until Karen Reed happened, my average show would be like 300 to 400 viewers live on a good night. And obviously now it's like anything under 10,000 is slow. So it's definitely changed a lot. And I think the story might have something to do with it, but yeah,
maybe a little. Maybe a
little.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, and I don't know if I asked you this before, and if I did, I don't remember the answer. How did you get into sort of the journalism game with the website and everything? Is that something you went to school for, or did you just sort of fall backwards into it?
Yeah, I mean, I started a website. I was teaching. I was a high school teacher for many years, and
history teacher, right?
Yeah, history teacher. Yeah, and so I just kind of started a blog on my own, an anonymous blog called turtleboysports.com. It was called, and I just would come home at night and write, because that's what I like to do, and I would try to write 2 or 3 after teaching all day, and after doing correcting papers and teaching classes. I would find time to I would stay up real late and I would just write blogs, and I'd publish them, and then I'd share them on my social media, and I would try to get new followers. And I was I would get
grind.
I was grinding. I would get close. I'd try to get close to 1,000 people to read my website every day. Like that was what my goal was. But then I remember I published this one article in September of 2014 when I was still teaching, towards the end of my teaching career. It was the story we call Busgate to this day. It was like
Busgate?
Yeah, we call it Busgate because it was like this. So there was this video that was kind of making the rounds in Worcester, which is the city I'm from. And these parents, these like ratchet parents, their kids were dropped off at the bus stop. And how it works is the kindergartners are supposed to get off first. And one of the parents didn't like this. So apparently she went on the bus and tried to drag her kids off early or something like that. And
I had a vague memory of that. Wasn't it like 10 years ago or more?
Yes. And so the bus driver slammed the door and shut down the bus basically. And that's when they began filming. And that was the video that I saw that a lot of people had seen. This video of what appeared to be all these parents going kind of demanding that let my kids off the bus and, swearing at her and stuff like that. And then finally at the end of the video, they raided the bus, and it was Blair Witch style. They were holding the camera and they raid the bus and get off, kids. It was crazy. And so a lot of people saw the video and before I wrote about it, and people were kind of crapping on the bus driver, oh, you guys did the right thing. Oh, if that was my kids, I would have done this and that. Nobody treats my kids like that, blah, blah, blah. And I was fuck this. I took the complete opposite position. I'm you guys are just pieces of shit. Like, who behaves like that in front of their kids? You guys escalated this situation with like, in front of a bunch of kids, and you endangered the bus driver. You acted like savages, and all because you just couldn't follow the rules. And so then I found out the identities, a lot of the people doing it. And like, I made fun of them and I called them names and I did what I always do. And people loved it. People loved like my witty blend of satire and shaming shitty people. People like it when shitty people are shamed.
Witty blend of satire and shaming shitty people.
People.
Yeah, that's kind of how I built my brand, was just like shaming shitty people behaving poorly in public and like saying what lots of other people were thinking. Like, that's what I've always done. I always just, that
should be on a t-shirt, man.
Yeah,
that should be on merch.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the best sentence to encapsulate your entire like existence on the internet.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah.
By the way, a great story, but I don't hear a lot of building from you, sir.
I can't figure out shit. I don't know what the hell.
So the bags, they should be numbered.
Yeah,
they should be numbered. You open up bag one.
Then there's a bag. There's a bag inside the bag.
Well,
yeah, that's all part of number one.
Yeah, that's all part of the
okay.
one.
Then how do I know what number one is? Like, so this is
you got to turn to page one. We start there.
This is number one.
No, I don't know.
It should identify specifically which bags.
We're gonna do solo
in the book.
Open up the page there. It should tell you what page. No, that's
so the first page
the cover.
should have a number to the bag in it.
Oh yeah,
you
open
gotta open.
I don't know how many books you got. If you have multiple books,
yeah, but you got to open the book.
This book.
Yeah.
The instruction manual.
There you go.
There's a bunch of books.
He's a writer, not a reader, folks.
There are a bunch of books. That's why he's confused.
So does that have numbers on it now?
Yeah. Eventually, you'll come to a page that says step one.
Hold on. Where'd you go?
Yeah. And by the way, chat. Thank you so much for being patient.
Let me see it again, Aiden.
I know the chat's moving fast, so I'm going to ask the mods if they could slow the chat down just a wee bit so that it doesn't get confusing for the chat.
Here, let me pull myself up.
Thanks,
okay,
Mom.
next page.
Right, next page.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Now you got to start finding the people.
Okay, so number one, you just take. All right.
There should be a thing like this where it says like empty out bag one.
Empty out. I don't have a lot of room here is the problem.
Empty out bag one, and then a step one, and then step two over here.
Try it. Hold on. I got shit falling around now.
Aiden, everyone's telling you should have your son come help too.
Yeah, he doesn't want. Yeah.
Hey, Steve Gosney's in the chat. Gosney's been on here before.
Hey, Steve.
He managed to make it through a Lego stream.
Mods, if you didn't hear me, could you all slow the chat down just a tiny bit? That would be amazing. Not tons, just a little bit. That would be helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's see.
All right. I think I've got the pieces all lined up. So now what do I do? I like.
Thanks, Irish. Thanks, Alan.
Find the brick in the first step, the first two bricks combine, and then they usually just build on top of each other.
Okay.
Police station.
Okay. I'll figure it out.
Well, the chat is loving the whole Lego setup. Some of the chat is asking though there's been several hundred people have come in since we first started. So some people don't know who they would like everyone to be reintroduced, please. Could you gentlemen introduce yourselves again?
Yeah. Well, I am. Wait, where's our chat? Where's our names? Why aren't our names up?
Hey, why aren't our names up?
No,
because there's a comment on the screen.
No,
there was before. There we go. There we go.
There.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. Okay. There we are. Hi, I'm MLS. I'm an attorney out of Michigan, and I am 100% in Aiden's camp, by the way. I think it's BS. The reason why I even heard about the Karen retrial is when Aiden got charged originally, and I thought it was BS. So that's me.
I am Valhalla Waits. I am a disabled veteran that's now a goat farmer in East Tennessee, and we hang out online and build Lego.
Yeah. Hey, folks. I am Nick, Swedish. I do labor and employment law over here, and yeah, I slipped into all of this Karen Reed, Aiden Carney on a banana peel. Because I wanted to spite Broken Baker, first of all, because he's Danish and I'm Swedish. So I thought, hey, let's have some fun. No, not really. Now, I'm a big supporter of the First Amendment because we don't have one over here. And July 2nd, in Sweden, it became illegal to insult government employees.
Really?
Yeah. And now the first one has been charged. Now this, of course.
I want to know what he said.
He called it's a criminal, of course, who was in the interview room and said a lot of words.
Can't insult police officers in Sweden. I got to worry about what I say now when I'm in Sweden.
Yeah, but the problem is we already had laws against criminals doing that, threatening, all of that. We already had laws. Now, this new law is all government employees. So if you have a political secretary in a small county that does stupid things, you can't insult her or him, because now that's a crime. So yeah,
sounds like Sweden's turning into Massachusetts.
Yeah, a little bit. So I was gonna say, that sounds familiar. We don't really have a First Amendment here either.
Yeah,
which is shocking to me, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
well,
amazing.
let's not kid ourselves, right? Everything about your charges are directly to silence you. Like there's no actual witness intimidation taking place. I saw the Jill Daniels video. I saw the video of all of them on the sidewalk talking shit right before that. Not a single one of them people are intimidated or scared by your presence.
No,
that's a crock of shit.
Yeah,
Yuri
exactly.
And Lally and Tully, it's all crumbling. It's all crumbling. And we're watching it happen. And it's all because of you. And I am forever grateful for the entertainment.
Well, thank you.
And
thank
justice.
you. I appreciate that. And
absolutely.
You know, I hope it's crumbling. I really do. You know, I'll start believing that when some of my charges go away, then I'll actually see it happening. Otherwise, like, you know, in the court of public opinion, I'm overwhelmingly not guilty and quite popular. But then when you get into a courtroom, you're no longer in the court of public opinion. You're in like a real court. And there's like, you know, a prosecutor there who thinks you should go to jail. And then there's a judge who isn't biased towards either side. Like I would say not biased towards either side, but like the judges naturally are inclined to like blindly believe that police officers who testify in their court and police officers who submit affidavits for search warrants are telling the truth and are like honest brokers. And so that's the big thing that, you know, like it's an unfair advantage. Like Brian Tully's a liar. Like, I just want to stand up and scream sometimes. Like, yo, this dude is a liar and he's a piece of shit and he's corrupt and he covered up for Michael Proctor. And I could go on and on and on about what an unethical asshole this guy is. And that the mere fact that I'm even here right now, the fact that they spent so many hours trying to build this case against me and for witness intimidation. And it insults the memory of John O'Keefe, because when you compare it to what they've done to investigate his death,
no shit,
it's like so insulting. Like you put so much more effort into, you know, coming after me than you did to find the people who murdered John O'Keefe.
It really did. And to congratulations on your victory last month or whatever, but to parade that particular woman that will go unmentioned into the courtroom, you know, that whole shenanigans.
Yeah, you saw that.
Just so that you could they could potentially get you on a bond violation.
Yeah.
Just nonsense.
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about my trial, not the Reed trial.
Your trial.
Oh, the misdemeanor. Trial. Yeah. That was you know, a good first step. You know, it's a misdemeanor. I'm glad to. It's an actual trial. It's kind of like a dry run to see how this goes. And you know, I'm not sure if you saw it, but like, she got destroyed on the stand, and that's going to happen to all of them. Like if they actually want to bring this to trial, like they're all going to get destroyed on the stand because we got so much on them. And that's kind of like what I'm good at, is like building dossiers on these people and finding out everything that they've lied about. And like, I was real organized with that really relatively minor misdemeanor trial. Like we came with everything. We were so well prepared for that. We knew every lie that she was going to say and that they were going to say. And we had like videos and pictures to combat it and police reports to combat it. And I could, reference them right away. So,
But it's nonsense that you have to go through it because I don't know if I want to say they clearly set you up, but it looks really, really damn suspicious.
They clearly set him up.
Well, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
Paul
say it.
O'Keefe basically testified that they set me up. Like he testified that like I was asked if she could come to my brother's to the hearing for my brother's murder trial. And I said yes. And it's like, well, actually, the appropriate response to that would be no. You can't come to my brother's. No, Aiden's former side piece that sent him to the can for 60 days. You can't come to my brother's pretrial hearing in a murder case because this is what's called a serious and somber event. And it would disrespect the legacy of my brother if I were to turn it into a Jerry Springer episode.
Into a circus sideshow that it ended up being.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know your thoughts on today's hearing. So I guess we'll ask you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Could I ask one favor?
Yeah.
It's just a little distracting when the things keep popping up on the bottom and we keep changing sizes. That would be cool. That would be cool.
Totally stop.
Yeah. It's cool. It's just like it's going up and down and up and down. My bad.
No worries.
But yeah. So today's hearing was pretty. I thought it was a really good sign because Adam Lally was. Did you guys see it at all or hear about it?
I missed most of it.
I missed.
I did my legal snark stream about it just before this one. Oh, I had words, and that stream is now demonetized. And
that was quick.
Yeah,
So-
words just happen to come out of my mouth that starts with F and C and T. Yeah, just a lot of interesting words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I liked it because I thought it was a really good sign because it was just great to see how these people would be treated without Auntie Bev as the judge and with a different defense attorney. I just feel like Karen Reed got a raw deal because of the judge and because the judge particularly didn't like Alan Jackson. And I think she took it out on Karen Reed because of that and treated her unfairly. There's no evidentiary hearings in a case in which an evidentiary hearing was more than warranted. Like for 1,000,001 reasons, you could have evidentiary hearings in the Karen Reed case. But with this one, like this was like, when you compare the issue in this case that was in front of that court today. So basically a guy by the name Miles King was arrested for a murder in Milton, which is right next to Boston. It's in Norfolk County. It's actually where the state police barracks is that they all work out of in July of 2021, a shooting. And this same individual, Miles King, 2 years before that was arrested outside of the same guy's house in a stolen car with a loaded gun. Right. And so he's already had charges for that. And then he gets arrested for murdering this guy. The guy's like dying words. Like he identifies his shooter like that. He's a rapper. His name's Mizzy Cash. He's like, Mizzy Cash did it. And so then he dies. And so Michael Proctor is the lead investigator on this case. And he does crazy things like he didn't do in the Karen Reed case called like detective work, where he went and pulled surveillance video from multiple like homes, businesses,
wait, you can do that?
You can do that.
Wow, that's
I heard they even had something called report.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
wild.
Weird.
What a concept.
So we got all that, and this kid ends up getting arrested, and he's in jail the whole time. Now it's been 4 years. Okay. So like what has happened with this? Well, what's happened is apparently what's happened in my case, in Karen's case, the Commonwealth just gets around to getting discovery whenever they feel like it, which is often never. And like, so the request discovery and they'll say, oh yeah, we'll send it right over. Like for instance, the search warrants for this kid's phone, they never produced those to the defense. They just didn't produce them. And she's been asking for them apparently for years. And finally she had enough. And the point of today's evidentiary hearing, I guess, was to put Lally and Proctor on the stand and find out who was responsible for the defense not getting all these things they requested. And Lally was up today. Proctor just didn't show up. He was subpoenaed.
He just didn't show.
Just didn't show up.
On vacation.
On vacation. How is that not like an arrestable offense? Like,
on vacation from what? He doesn't have a job.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. For real. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, how can you, if you're
by the way, I don't know if y'all caught how much weight that boy has gained, but it looked like he picked up a professional eating job, is what it looks like.
Give him 6 more months and he will look like Brian Higgins' twin. I mean, it's uncanny.
Yeah. So he
boy put on some power.
Yeah, he did some real detective work, and they found out, they got this kid's car going to and from the crime scene, and they've identified him, and stuff that you use to build a case against someone. So it shows that Michael Proctor can do police work if he wants to, but he can also do what he did in the Karen Reed case and just not hand over discovery when it's asked for. And so Lally was called up to the stand today, and Lally says, was grilled about like what happened. Like, so we asked you for this discovery. What'd you do about it? He's like, well, I asked Michael Proctor for it. Oh, really? Okay. So what did he say? Oh, he said he's going to get it to me. Okay. And he didn't. What'd you do? Well, I asked again. Okay. Why didn't you go over there to the Norfolk County, to the state police barracks and just get it yourself and just ask him for it and say, I'm not leaving until I get it? I don't know. Well, what are you supposed to do? Like, what is the policy of the state police? I think they are. What is the policy of the district attorney's office when the state police don't hand over discovery? Like, what is your policy with that? Well, I guess I would go and ask this supervisor. Okay, good. So now we're getting somewhere. So his supervisor is Brian Tully. Did you go there and did you ask Brian Tully for his reports or for the discovery on this and say, Michael Proctor is not handing over the discovery? I've asked him X amount of times. He's not doing this. Did you do that? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And, it's just obvious that he's passing the buck to Michael Proctor, but at the same time, he's just lazy and just, whatever.
On the guy that's not there and been fired and all of that.
It's also just like no big deal, like to them. It's like there's no urgency whatsoever, like to follow procedure. And like it's like they don't care about the rules. And I'm not a lawyer or anything, but like it was my understanding that like cases can get thrown out on technicalities and like small shit. And the reason the police are kind of taught to, like you're taught this in the academy, how to dot your I's and cross your T's, is specifically because you don't want to give defense attorneys a chance to get your legitimate case thrown out because you didn't do something that you're follow procedure some way, shape, or form.
But when you work with a court that doesn't care about those procedural protections, then the police wise up and be like, oh, we don't have to actually do all of this.
Right.
So why are we going to bother? And it's a systematic issue because the court's not holding them accountable. So then they're not going to do it. So then when you actually have a legitimate defense, it's fighting tooth and nail just to get a search warrant, which you should obviously have.
Right. And therein lies the problem, is that they know that these judges, these hometown judges, that they're not going to bust their balls over it. And they'll just be like, I mean, I've seen it a million times. Like even in my case, it's very laid back. It's like, if you don't have the discovery, okay, can we give them another week? I'm really big. Can we give them 2 more weeks? Okay, cool. And then 2 more weeks comes. We've been asking for the same discovery for like almost a year now. We still haven't gotten grand jury transcripts. We still haven't gotten evidence that was presented in front of the grand jury. And we've had a million hearings about this in which they say they're going to do it, and then they just don't do it. And when they do it, they hand in what is not what they claimed it was. Like, for instance, the other day they said they were giving us 4,727 pages of Brian Tully's communications. And over 4,000 of the pages were just white, not redacted black, just blank white pages with nothing on them. And they just it's like, dude, is this a prank? Is this like, you're for real? Like, you said you had 4,700 pages. You didn't mention that over 4,000 of them are blank. And you present, like, if I'm a judge, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're real, like, you think this is a goddamn game? I mean, I'm just a little more serious. It's like, that shit would not fly in my classroom as a teacher at all. I wouldn't, but I would lay the hammer down. I'm like, you think this is a game? This is a goddamn court of law, motherfucker. This is like a serious place. These are allegedly serious charges, and you're treating this like a fucking game. Get your shit together, or I'm going to take your fucking case and I'm going to throw it out the goddamn window, because this is a joke. You're supposed to be these real serious law enforcement officers. You're real serious, right? You come in your suits and ties, and you're acting like you're like legitimate law enforcement, and you treated the case real seriously with Karen Reed and all this stuff. And then you get in here, and you're just acting like a kid that forgot their homework over and over and over again. And it's like, how do you, like, it's just it boggles my mind, like, that, you know, kids in my 11th grade history class are held to a higher standard than these attorneys who get a paycheck from the state, and these state police investigators. They've got to pay. You have a job to do it. And if you can't do it, you're fired. I mean, it's aggravating that these type of people work for us.
I mean, if I showed up to anything that unprepared in my line of law, I wouldn't have. I would change. I would have to change career.
Well, what you don't realize is that you're not a government employee. Government employees get special treatment.
Yeah. There are special people, but the problem is it's not that kind of special.
It might be.
Yeah. Now, but if I can go back to the First Amendment, have you heard about the Marion County Records raid in Kansas a couple of years back?
Yes, I do remember that a couple of years back, actually. Yes, I do.
Yeah, and extremely tragic, because the newspaper's owner, it was more or less one man, a couple of employees, and his 98-year-old mother. And they went into his house, his and his mother's house, and raided. And she was furious. She told those cops where they could put those papers. But 2 days later, she was gone because of the stress.
She was dead?
Yeah, she died.
That was a twist I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's this is the attack on the First Amendment, which goes on all over the United States and all over the world. The difference here is the chief of police who commanded that raid was then fired.
Oh.
And is now facing charges, both
good.
civil and criminal.
All right.
Good.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, a few years later, or very much too late, because any cop, any police officers, especially chief of police, should be aware of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
You would think.
You would think. It's kind of a big thing.
Yeah,
But,
and all of that over a teeny tiny town paper with barely subscribers.
Yeah, but what's Turtleboy probably has less viewers. Well, maybe not anymore. But at one point, he first started covering Karen Reed, and they first started charging him. He had less viewers than that newspaper probably had.
Yeah. The second I started covering Karen Reed, I blew up. That's the thing about this, is I've been doing this style of journalism for years. I've been, exposing people just like the McAlberts and the Norfolk DA's office for years, but it didn't become illegal until I did it to them, because my audience had grown so much larger, as a result of that. So it's interesting, because a lot of the charges against me are just against me, even though multiple people participated in them, like the rolling rally. There was hundreds of people there that day, and I'm the only one charged. And it's like, why? It's like, and they've made it clear several times that, like, even in filings, they're doing this because of the size of my audience that makes the speech illegal because I can reach a large group of people, and one of those people might do something crazy because I'm a cult leader. That's what they say. I'm like, it's like running a cult, right? His speech rights should be limited. Like if I was just some guy with 10 followers, their position is nothing I'm saying would be illegal if that was the case. It's because I have influence and because I have a large platform that makes my speech illegal.
Real quick, people in the chat are asking how your progress is going. I'm actually moving along quite
Also,
well.
David,
How about you,
before,
Aiden?
before Aiden answers that, can you
Build a little car.
Oh, cool. I'm trying to fix it so that I'm trying to switch with Nick and I can't figure out. Thank you.
Let's drag him
So
over.
I have Batman and whatever this is.
Nice. And Valhalla's still just working away.
Yeah. We got
Still
sections
building
of
his
like the base of this.
buildings everywhere, y'all. We got
Nice.
buildings everywhere.
Oh, Steve's going to bed soon. Good night, Steve. If I don't see you
Good
back.
night, Steve.
Gosney, and tell Mrs.
Night,
Gosney hello
guys.
for us.
Steve Gosney, by the way, Aiden, if you don't know, is a well, he used to be a public defender out of Florida doing the Lord's work, and
Indeed.
and
Yeah,
now he's
death-
gone to the devil side doing civil
Death
stuff.
penalty.
Yeah, he is still a death penalty certified appellate attorney, but is now doing civil law instead.
Also, super famous author.
And he writes books, and he has articles about everything he has ever said. Yeah.
All the things.
He writes
And he
a new
writes
book like every week.
So he's like against the death penalty or something. That's like
Yes.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's against the death penalty, but he's also just a really good criminal defense attorney.
Yeah.
Do they have the death penalty in Michigan?
No. We had a guy before we became a state. We had a execution in downtown Detroit where some guy's head came off during a hanging.
Oh.
And they said no more. We don't want to do this anymore. And so we don't have the death penalty.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. every
That'll
time.
do it. That's a buzzer. So the guillotine. I guess there's no guillotines either.
No guillotines. Well, not intentional ones, anyways. So
you know,
so
a guillotine is more humane than a
Yeah, if it's
hanging
sharp,
anyway.
let
I
it
feel
rip.
like it
Well,
would
it's
be.
just quick and over with, you know.
Right?
Then-
Well, let me ask you, sir, if you had to choose your own execution, what would it be?
yeah. If I had to choose my execution,
Yeah.
Don't get the
That's a
state of
glorious
the idea.
subject.
yeah, I mean, probably just bullet to the back of the head without me knowing,
Quick.
preferably.
quick and over
Yeah,
with.
like bullet to the back of the head would probably be the best one. But
You know
you can't know about it though. If you know they're about to do it, you know, in your sleep, preferably, just right in your sleep, just boom, shotgun
It
right there.
wants that surprise.
I mean, if you have to die, I mean, that seems like the best way to go out is just like, because that way you don't know it's coming and it's just over. You don't even know it's happening. Like it's just done. Whereas
I can see
everything
that.
else, even like lethal injection, like people think that's like humane, but it's like, bro, you gotta
Doesn't
like
seem like
willingly watch the chemicals go into your body. They're gonna kill you. Like that's fucking. It might not be as painful, but like psychologically, it's like even worse. You know.
You ever watch? There's a few out there that have been like videoed and are out there. It's sort of traumatizing.
What
was
lethal
a-
injection?
Yeah, the lethal injection. You know, like the ones that go bad, and then there's a lawsuit,
I
and
feel
so
like
the
it would
videos end
burn.
up being public. You could see them, and they're sort of unnerving. It would not be a fun way to go.
Yeah, you guys remember those? What are they? Faces of Death movies back in the day.
Heather
Yeah.
wants to know why we're talking about death. It just came up, girl. It just came
It's just come on. So, if you guys don't know the concept of the Lego stream, this is an interview channel where we build Legos at the same time, and sometimes random topics come up.
They do.
And so we just sort of roll with them. This is more of a laid back conversational sort of style.
Yes.
And so
it is.
if you were here earlier, I was asking Aiden about how he got started in doing all of this. So you used to teach history then, right? In high school?
I used to teach history in high school. That's right.
What is your favorite sort of like historical time period then?
I always like teaching about two things in particular: the World War II and the Civil Rights Movement in the 1950s and 60s.
Oh, okay.
Those are kind of my two favorite things to teach. I was just most passionate. The most interesting stuff happened during those time periods.
What side were you rooting for during the World War II discussions?
David.
The winning side. I always root for winners. There you go.
Right side of history. That's what he's rooting for.
So yeah, man, it was like yeah. So I liked those. I liked World War II just because there was just so much to it. Hold on 1 second. I gotta drop my son off. Hold on. Be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
All right.
Yep.
Well, we'll pull you down real quick.
We should take this time to reintroduce Lego. What are you all building, Nicholas? We haven't heard from you for a minute.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I am building Batman, who apparently is.
Does he turn into the Batmobile?
No, this is like Batman Megatron or so.
What is he gonna like morph and stuff?
I have no clue.
That's cool.
Someone asked in chat. Wait, where did this go? This is great. 777 watching on MLS. What's average? Well, as of late, since my original channel got nuked, as of average is like 50. But back in the day, 777 would be good. Would be about average. But welcome. I'm glad you're all here over on MLS.
Oh, sorry. That was my
5.
fault.
Yeah, Justin Smith says 5. Yeah, that's about right. I think I had 8 this morning when I was just doing a random family law hearing or stream this morning, just for the hell of it, for like an hour. I had like 5, but then I found out that the whole hearing was going on in involving the Proctor warrants and all that stuff. So that's where everybody was. So I just ended it and sent everyone over to Baker.
Mm. Yeah, I just came out of a real I believe I posted something back in April that somebody really didn't like, because early June I was down to single-digit streams. I have no idea what I did wrong, but then
that's crazy.
I just kept going, and now I don't know. I average between 200 and 300, something like that, on my streams.
Aiden, sorry, go ahead. I didn't know. I thought you were done, Nick. No, someone in chat was asking Aiden, wanted to ask Aiden about the Crusty hearing. I don't know what that is. What's the Crusty hearing?
I mean, there wasn't. So Crusty Panties is.
Oh, she is quite possibly one of the worst human beings I've ever had.
Yeah, she is.
It took 3 seconds for her to call me a Yahtzee in her chat one day, and it was like I was on. Oh yeah, she called me a Yahtzee and
what's a Yahtzee? A Yahtzee?
That's the polite way of saying Austrian artist fan.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, what the hell did I do to you, lady?
Right? Does she not know who you are?
I was just pointing out inconsistencies with the.
She's just a lunatic, and everything in her life is driven by an unhealthy obsession with me. She has taken up.
Seems that way.
She has taken up the position that Karen Reed is guilty simply because she saw the popularity that I had gotten off of saying that Karen Reed is innocent, and default just had no choice but to just jump neck deep into this, become best friends with the McAlberts, become their official spokesperson on social media, because no one else was standing up for them, and is just completely unhinged and dangerous. I have a restraining order against her, but that doesn't stop her from basically, I mean, if you go on her Twitter, it's just every day she wakes up and tweets about me. It's just, there's no other way. And she has been trying to get me arrested now for the last 5 years for anything. And she has called every DA's office in the state, every police department in the state, trying to make up some crimes I've committed. She's tried to get orders on me. They failed. She sent her 16-year-old daughter to message me and say grotesque sexual things about my young children, in the hopes that it would provoke a reaction. And because I responded to the girl and I said, like, you don't need to do this. I just, like, I'm not getting into this with you. She then used that as a basis to try to get an order on me against her daughter. We had a hearing for it in March of 2023. And my lawyer made the juvenile, the 16-year-old, her daughter, read out all these horrific messages that she wrote about my kids out loud in court, like, yo, your daughter's gonna be sucking dick on the stairwell. You know, she's gonna steal your Addy stash and bite her lip and bleed out and die in front of you. And your son looks like he got molested. Like some of the most horrible, horrific shit.
How do you attract these people?
She used to work for me. She used to.
I was
Oh.
gonna.
And
how did that happen? How did that all go?
How did she
Like,
start working for me?
Right. Because you were saying that you were doing the sports thing first.
No, I never really did sports, but like I was like, so I used to write, like, I used to shame a lot of ratchets and do some investigative reporting kind of on the side. And, so, and I had a pretty popular following in 2017. I really blew up, and like in Massachusetts, I wasn't like as well known as I am now, but like a lot of people knew who Turtleboy was by 2017 in Massachusetts, around here at least. And it was because of I would shame assholes. That's why people like me. I shamed the biggest degenerates in society and called them out. And like, I said what people were thinking, you know, but we're afraid to say it. Yeah. That's
value in that. That
was the appeal of Turtleboy. And so Kate was a fan of mine, I guess you'd say. And so she was in the, like, I had a Facebook page with over 100,000 followers that I subsequently lost. And I've lost like 50 pages since then. Long story, but like, so I had a lot of interaction on my Facebook page. That's what drove traffic.
Facebook isn't a fan of the truth. Is that what you're saying?
No, they're not at all. They don't like it. Well, Facebook is just the problem with Facebook is nobody works at Facebook. So like for a company of its size, nobody works there. A lot of it's automated. So trolls figured out after a while that if you just mass report any page that you want, you can get it taken down. If you just report it for whatever you want, child porn, whatever, there's nobody sitting at Facebook that has like, let me investigate this. No, it's all automated. So if you do that enough, you can get any account taken down that you want. So anyway, she was a commenter on the Facebook page, and she would occasionally write witty things that I thought, you know, she is a good writer. So like I saw that, and I'm like, I was always looking for new bloggers. And I'm like, and that's kind of how I found them online, like people that wrote things that made me laugh or something like that. And I'm like, oh, you should try writing for me. And so she did. She was somewhat popular with my audience. So she kind of grew a brand within my brand, if you will. And I let her stream on my YouTube channel. And after a while, she kind of thought she was too like big for me. Like it went to her head.
I was seeing it coming. She all of a sudden got a big head.
Yeah, like I should have
do this.
I should have had her sign a non-compete in hindsight. And the whole time she was planning her exit plan, like that she was gonna just get the fuck out of here, burn it to the ground, and when I leave, I'm gonna start my own thing and I'm gonna shit on him. That was her plan.
So
and
she didn't just use you to gain access; she crapped on you on her way out.
Oh yeah. So I caught her stealing money, basically. Yeah. So like I had a deal with them so she would stream on my YouTube channel, and I would say that you can collect, I will give you 75% of all super chats that come in. I'm the house. So it's my channel. I built this up I created this platform. So that's my audience that's watching you. So I will collect 25%, which is really low. Like I should have had much higher, but I'm like, I wanted to keep her happy. So I'm like 75%. It goes to you.
I feel like it should have been the other way.
It should have been, right. But whatever. I'm generous, you know? And so I just wanted to keep her around because it was hard to find good help if you get, you know, at the time. But anyway, so on her way, I found one day she's on her show and she does this ad read for this company called Garage Doors Plus in Quincy, who is an advertiser of mine. And I'm like,
grimy.
What? Okay. And I'm like, so I contacted Garage Doors Plus, my guy there, and I'm like, what's going on there? You advertise, like, what's going on? She's like, oh yeah, she didn't tell you? I messaged her and I asked her if I could, and she said okay. And I'm like, I don't care, like it's not his fault. So I go to her, I'm like, he's paying you and you didn't, like, we have a rev share agreement. I'm not getting my share from this. You're keeping all the money. And so I asked her about it, and she was like, oh, that was like her, I'm out of here. Like you're whatever. She was looking for a reason to leave. She knew what she was doing. And the second she left,
she got her clout.
She already had a new channel and she used it to immediately start spreading lies about me. Like, oh,
so YouTube-y.
Yeah, just like lies about like, oh, here's what Aiden's really doing that you guys don't know about. And just she's saying things that are just patently untrue. And I'm like,
does she still have a YouTube channel?
She does. It's called Masshole Mafia Report or something. I don't know.
Oh,
but
she was streaming with that goofball Coffin Daffer and Kevin and
by the way, she mentioned Karen Reed today for some odd reason and tried to connect it to Brian Kohlberger.
Coffin Daffer did?
Yeah, she was streaming.
She's
earlier.
a whack job.
I tried to jump in. I tried to jump in her chat, but it kept my chats kept disappearing. I don't know why.
So she she starts her own channel. The channel is basically dedicated to me. Like if you go on there, it's just like whatever Turtleboy talks today, we're going to expose the truth
people who
about
make
him.
money off just streaming other creators' content or talking about them.
That's all she does is just talk about me 24/7. And
we don't want to knock our prior guest that was on, on Saturday. That's all he does too.
Yeah.
In a tasteful way.
Yeah, but he's he gossips. He actually gossips.
He also does about like everybody, not just one individual.
That's true. Yeah, it's like if you're on the internet, people talk shit about you.
That's what happened to John Yates. There's people that make way more money than he ever did on YouTube. They make way more money than he did talking about him.
Yeah. So that's Masso Mafia. I didn't know the connection there. So
so she starts having this obsession with me, posting about me 24/7, and eventually like sends her kid after me, whatever. So like I end up getting a restraining order on her and I get her charged. So she, as it turns out, she is the driving force behind my witness intimidation charges, because we've seen that the police have testified in front of the grand jury that all of the evidence that they have used against me in court has come from her. And because it's on my YouTube channel, like all the things I'm charged with are on my YouTube channel. Not a single thing.
Yeah, we went through them
right.
all.
And so
broke them down.
And you did a good job of showing how they actually cut and paste kind of a sentence
There
here,
was
a
no
sentence here.
context, or they like completely made up things that you said. Well, this is definitely referring to this person.
Right.
No, it's not. No, back up 10 seconds. It's not referring to this person.
And where did they get those clips from? As it turns out, it was all from her. And I figured that because I'm like, there's no way the state police are watching 100 hours of my show. There's just not enough. My shows are long. Like there's no way they sat there and watched every single. There's only one person who's this obsessed with me that would have the time to put these compilation videos together in bad faith and send them to the police. And we've seen.
Remember how many clips I had? I watched a lot of your shit, man.
You did. No, but what you did is you went through the charging documents.
Yeah.
Because they actually put like episode 605 at this mark. Yeah. So they made it easy for you. But she goes through all of them and puts them all together and then sends them to the state police. And we know this because John Fanning testified that his only source of information and evidence with these charges against me is her. Like they trust the crust, as we say it. And they blindly believe her.
They took advantage of the situation that was her to go after you because of what you were saying about the Karen Reed investigation.
Exactly.
They're not clever. They're lazy as hell.
Yes.
And had something fall in their lap and just ran with it. That's exactly what happened.
Yes, that is exactly it. And as a commenter points out, every relationship I have that sours with someone, if she recruits them. She's like, oh, come join our Isle of Misfit Losers. And you too can join the obsession with Turtleboy. But so she sends these clips out. And as you can see, they're not representative of what I was actually saying. And it's all kind of falling apart now that we've got all their messages and we know how this whole thing started. It all came from her. And as it turns out, she, like I said, I have a restraining order on her. And I also had her charged with witness intimidation because she has said on her YouTube streams before, like actual witness intimidation. She has told me that if you show up if I showed up to her criminal hearings, because she's got other charges as well for violating restraining orders against women who are associated with me. Like she goes after women who date me, who see me. They get orders on Kate because she's insane, and she has violated those orders, whatever. So I've gone to her court hearings, and she went on her she went on her stream one time.
I gotta pull this one up. This is great.
Don't
I
trust
know
the crust. Yeah, you can't trust the kid. Can't trust the
Thank
crust.
you, Carrie B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I like she gets all these. Yeah. So I had her charged with witness intimidation, ironically, because she's gone on her streams before and said straight up, Aiden, do not come to court. There will be men with me, and if you are afraid of real men and what they can do to you, then you should stay away from court that day. So literally, that's actual witness intimidation. When you tell somebody, if you come to court, and I'm a witness in their case against her, if you come to court and do your civic duty, then I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to bring someone with me who's going to physically hurt you. And so I went to the police with this, and they're like, oh yeah, this is an easy one. And she was charged with this. And this was back about 18 months ago. This happened. She was charged. And then it's been going through the courts. It's been sitting there for a while. And finally, the special prosecutor on the case called me today and said they want to make a deal. Would you agree to a deal where she pleads guilty to threatening, which is a misdemeanor instead of the felony of witness intimidation? Would you take a deal where she pleads guilty to threatening? And I said, yeah. I go, no quaffs though, no continuance without a finding. I don't want any, like, I want an actual conviction on this, right? I want to be able to say she's a convicted criminal. And I'm like, I don't think she's going to take that. But apparently her lawyer advised her that she should take it because it's better than going to trial with felony witness intimidation. And there's a good chance you could be convicted. So yeah, I took the guarantee. I'm like, yeah, I'll take the conviction on that. So I agreed that today she is now officially a convicted criminal. And it actually, we think that it helps my case, because if the source of all the evidence that's being used against me in my trial comes from a convicted criminal, who, by the way, as was outlined in the last Betero letter, she also in 2020, I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you guys see the YouTube copyright thing with her?
No.
Oh yeah. So in 2020 with Crusty and me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where she filed like a fake federal document.
Yes.
To YouTube.
Yes.
What a fucking bad idea.
Yeah, so exactly. Idea. So if you guys haven't heard this, she in 2020, after she left with me, right? She's got a bunch of videos on my channel, right? Because she worked for me. And she filed a copyright against me for those videos because she's in them, and she's like, that's my content. It's like, no, it's actually on my channel. So it's actually my content. You worked for me then. It's mine. And she files a copyright complaint, and you can file a counter note. You can counter that and defend yourself. And so I did. And when that happens, the person who made the copyright claim, they have to show YouTube a copy of a complaint that they filed in federal court alleging copyright infringement on their content. And so she obviously doesn't have that because she's too lazy to go out and like file an actual lawsuit against me. So she submits what appears to be a federal complaint in the United States District Court of Massachusetts. And I look at this, and it's got a whole complaint lined out of her name's on it, my name's on it, all these allegations are on it. And I'm like, this looks like a real complaint. Holy shit, did she actually sue me? And then I noticed in the top right-hand corner, there is a docket number. And so I Google that docket number, and up pops a case from 2013 called Liberation Music versus Lendig or something like that. And this music company had sued this guy or whatever for copyright infringement. So she found an actual existing case from United States District Court of Massachusetts and just took it and used it as a template and wrote up her own facts of the case, but forgot to change the docket number at the top. And that's how I caught her. And so now it's even better because this is the lone source of the person who has provided all the evidence used against me in my indictments is is now a convicted criminal, and B, I have a restraining order on her, and C, she admittedly forged a federal document for the purposes of hurting me financially and limiting what I can say. And so this is the individual, and every video she submitted is selectively cut and edited to change the context of what I'm saying. And so this is the person that they intend to, use as the primary source of information in the trial. So like, they don't want a trial. Like, trust, there's no way they can want a trial. Like, you're going to put that woman on the stand, like, she's going to get annihilated. Like, all these people are going to get destroyed. Like, they were humiliated in the Karen Reed case. You guys want, if they want to do this again, we can do this again. If they want to fuck, we can fuck. That's what I say. Let's fuck, right? If you guys actually want to fuck, we can actually
we can get many friends.
Fucked. I don't know. Like, we can fuck if you guys want to fuck, right? If they want to come in a room with us and we can just get it over with and let's do it. But I don't think they want
hang it out.
Yeah, I don't think they want that. I don't think that's a good idea for them, because they're going to end up humiliated, right?
Why did they have a special prosecutor for your case?
Because, I mean, in fairness, like, the Norfolk DA's office cannot prosecute me because I've been such a obvious critic of them, right? And that it would just seem political that they were coming after me. So instead, the Norfolk DA's office had the same state police that I've accused of corruption launch an investigation against me and come to my house and arrest me. Brian Tully was there to kind of read me my rights that day. And so they had no problem with that conflict. And then they appointed a special prosecutor who basically acts at the behest of the DA. So they could call him a special prosecutor all he wants. He's really no different than an ADA that works for the DA's office.
Well, it's just a contracted prosecutor at that point, right? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but he should be independent from the Norfolk prosecutor's office, and he can dismiss the charges on his own if he so chooses, because the charges are BS. That's the idea behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So, David, some people in chat were asking what sort of attorney you are. Maybe this is a good place for you to.
I am a criminal defense appellate attorney, and I do criminal defense trial work as well, but limited these days. And then I'm sort of working out of the family law practice, but I've been doing family law for a number of years as well. So my main job right now is criminal appellate work out of Michigan. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm handling these days.
So if you're in Michigan, call David.
Yeah, if you're in Michigan and you have a criminal matter, give me a call. How we doing on the bill, Aiden? That's what
sorry,
Cat really wants to know,
that's okay.
man.
So that's the other
Working
question
on it.
chat's asking a lot about. How is Aiden's build going?
We're working on it. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? This is what I love about Lego. Well, I love everything about it. One of the best
Now,
parts is our special guest is our special guest. So you do you, boo. We're here for you.
Now, Aiden, now, this might be a personal question, but we were almost into that subject with Crusty collecting your old broads.
Yeah, that's fine. We can talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I happened to watch that the bench trial, and then I saw, who's that? And I thought, oh, that's Meredith.
Oh, Meredith.
I messaged you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now when you know what you can land, how many of your exes do you regret?
Because to be honest, that's what we all really want to know.
I mean,
and I couldn't ask because I'm a girl.
Yeah. And so what is the question? Is like, why did I
go your body count?
Now when you know what you can land, how much do you regret from your past?
I mean, obviously I regret it because I went to jail. So that wasn't
right.
Good, but, it's like at the time it was a good time. I'm not like, it's like I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't having a good time. I wasn't forced into it or anything like that. Like I'm not gonna get up here and be like, I really
she held me down. It was terrible.
What I want to know is, are you running background checks on your current lady to make sure
that's
she's
what
not
we're
a glowy?
hoping.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I mean, obviously you can't, I'm recently divorced too. I mean, I got divorced like I mean, as soon as I got out of jail, I started the process of
So
getting
that's
divorced.
recent.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome
Well,
to the
thank you.
club.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. It feels good.
Oh,
It actually
Well-
felt really liberating being divorced. Actually,
You
I'm
know
like,
what? A lot of people are like, I'm getting divorced, and I say congratulations, and they think it's odd. Like, no, I mean, it's
Wow.
probably a relieving thing, and
It
you're going to be
is.
better off going forward.
Yeah, because
And
it takes a lot to get divorced. So you're like afraid to pull the trigger and just do it, and
Mhm.
you really should do it, but like you're like you just don't do it for a variety of reasons. And then when you just finally just do it and it's over with, you're like, oh yeah, this is actually like what
It
I
really
should have
is. It's
done
like
a long
flu
time ago.
shot. You're like, oh, that
I'll-
didn't hurt that bad.
I tell my divorce clients when they first like retain me to do it, I say it's going to get worse, and then it's going to be total relief, and you're going to be so you're going to be so set up just to move forward.
Yeah, it helps when you're making more money too. So like that's like a big reason people stay together odds often for the money. It's like because you're just because you
There's
got
always more money. That's
I
what
still got to pay for all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't leave them on their own. Like my kids
Right.
need, you know what I mean? It's like they can't lose
Right.
their home. I don't want them to lose their home.
Right.
That was my big
Right.
thing.
You're
I'm
trying
like,
to do it the right way. Yeah.
so like I basically I try to basically pay half of the expenses for the house that I used to live in that I no longer have any equity in, and just also my own shit. So it's like all like that's a lot of money. All of a sudden, a lot more than so if I wasn't making the kind of money that I'm making now, then I don't know how the hell I do. I don't know how people afford divorce. I don't know how like normal people afford divorce. So I understand why people like kind of stick together in relationships. Often it's a financial thing. Like it really is. People say that.
Did you represent yourself?
No, we actually got a lawyer who specializes in
collaborative divorce. Did you do collaborative?
Yeah. Like and it was really cheap. It was
I've had one of
35.
those.
It was $3,500
Yeah.
as opposed to like the 25,000 you'd each spend on your own attorney minimum, and $3,500. And she just sits down with you two, and it's like, okay, how do you guys want to do this? What about the house? I go, oh, she could have the house. Okay, cool, awesome, that's easy. And what about what about how many vacation days? And like you just sit there and you just work it out, and it's like. As long as, because once you both agree that like neither of us wants to be in this anymore, and we both be better off not together, then it's just easier. You're like, yeah, we agree. So like, we both agree this is better. Yeah, we both agree.
The
So,
sooner you can resolve it,
right,
amicably,
cheaper.
The better off the kids will be. Your lives will be together. Financially, you'll be more stable. If you want to fight, that's fine, but you're destroying yourself as well as the other side. So just know that.
Yeah, I don't want to fight. That's the thing. I don't have I have enough fights. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I got enough fights on the
So
internet.
chat is asking, are you amicable then with her now? Are you both
Oh
are
yeah,
seem-
yeah. I mean,
Awesome.
I have my own thoughts, but like as far as like I don't fully get along with anyone, but I
That would
try
be weird. If you did, that would be weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I just like my son was just here. She just came and picked them up, and I'll see them tomorrow, I'm sure. And we'll text her and like, what are you guys doing today? Okay, cool. We're doing this. All right. Well, I can come get them at this time. It's like you're cordial. There's no reason to just. I would never want to be in one of those divorces where just like things meet me at the police station. We'll do the exchange there with the kids.
Right?
Like there's a lot.
Inside.
It's like. Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a lot of divorces that are just nasty, I'm not interested in that.
I like the nasty ones.
I
They're
bet
my bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's how you make your money.
Yeah.
So Aiden, who is your role model then? Who would you say is your most you maybe have more than one, maybe like a childhood one and then an adult one, because you seem to have a good ethic, especially with your divorce situation. Who's your role model?
My parents probably were definitely my role models, I think. As far as just defining or creating the moral compass that a person should live by, and just being decent or whatever. And even though I don't live up to everything they want me to be, a lot of things I do that they wouldn't approve
do you
of.
set standards for yourself based on how you perceived your parents when you were younger?
Oh yeah, like, and I feel
do.
like I feel like I can never live up to them. Like no matter what I do.
And then I blame it on the 70s and 80s being such a good financial time.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, how did my mom, like, I look at all the shit, like my son's 7 and my daughter's 10. And I think about like what I was doing when I was their age. And like, I was like playing the piano and like, we did like theater, like plays every summer. And I did basketball and I did, I was doing so much stuff. And I'm like, it was in the Boy Scouts. And I'm like, how did my parents have time to get me to all these places and do all this stuff? And I'm like, I feel like it's like I'm not, and like my kids, like when I was a kid, my mom would make me read an hour every day. Just had to read. And like my daughter, it's like I'm trying to get her to read 15 minutes. It's like pulling teeth. And it's just like, I just feel like I'm like, I'm not a good as parent as my parents. Cause I'm like, it's like, my kids aren't as obedient as I was. I don't know how to, I know it's just, and a lot.
Do you think it's society though? Do you think it's society?
I do think everybody I know is.
We're not allowed to beat our kids anymore.
Right?
You will get arrested.
Yeah. It's just like, I just, like I gave my daughter, my daughter's 10 and she's got a phone. It was a hand-me-down phone. Like, so it wasn't like when I bought her a phone or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, my mom would never, ever, like phones weren't around back then, but like, even if they were, she'd be like, no, you can get one when you're 18, you know, but I'm weak. I give in. I'm just like, whatever. Well, I don't want to fight it.
My mom kept a list of the crap my sister and I did all day until my dad got home. And then he came home with the belt. That was it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a really good kid. I'm a good adult. So I mean, whatever.
It's like,
well, there's something to be said though, right? With withholding something like a phone, right? Like, and I'm on the side of kids shouldn't have phones, shouldn't have internet access, probably. But there's also like part of that means that your kid's gonna fall behind. You know what I mean? Like if the rest of these kids are playing on their smartphones and tablets at 4 years old. If you make a kid wait nowadays till they're 18 before they really get into computers, or like it's a weird line to balance. I think
the other thing is, so my son is right now working at a summer camp. He's 18 now and graduated high school, but for 3 weeks he's not going to have his phone with him, and he's actually looking forward to it. And I was just telling him, it's like, back when I was his age, you didn't have cell phones, but there was pay phones everywhere. Right. So now if there's an emergency, there's no phones to access either. It's just a completely different world.
It's called figure it out.
So I guess what the answer to that is just like, I just feel like I can never live up to them. Like no matter how, because it's just like, and I like what we eat, like for instance, like my son is 7 and he only wants to eat like peanut butter sandwiches and chicken nuggets. He's like so particular, and like cheese pizza. And it's like, so when we go to like my, parents' house or something like that or wherever, and I know they're not serving one of those things, it's like, we gotta pack food to bring for him. Whereas like, it's like, if that was me, my mom would be like, oh, so you're just going to go to bed hungry then.
Yeah.
Like you're just it's like, you're just, it's just like, and I don't have the stomach to be like my mom. I don't have the stomach to just be like, watch a kid cry it out. And because that's what he would do. He would cry. If he didn't have what he wanted for dinner, he would cry. And I would have to just, I would just give in. It's like, I just give in because it's just easier sometimes to just
give in. Do you think
in.
our parents are stronger than us? Or like one of the guys was asking, do you think it's more society putting the pressure on us to not?
They had less options.
No, I think we're lazier. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
No, seriously, I want to know too, because I still have little kids at home too. Well,
because I'm lazy. That's what it comes down to. It's like I just don't have, because I know. All right, so if I can make my son eat like a healthy meal, like chicken, rice, and vegetables, I know I can make him do that, right? But it'll take an hour and a half because like each bite will have to be like,
it's going to be a fight.
Oh yeah. It's like, okay. And then I start compromising and I'm like, well, okay, if you take 4 more bites, then you can have dessert. And it's like, and then he's like, 4 bites. Okay. I'm like, yeah, just take one now. And he's like, and I'm like, okay, I'll feed it to you. And then I like start opening. He doesn't open his mouth, and it's just like, it's just so much work. Or I could just give him chicken nuggets, and it's like, so
just give him chicken nuggets.
yeah, and then it's over with, and it's like, but then I'm
Dino
kind of giving into him, which I do a lot, and I feel like that's like just being lazy. And I'll admit it. It's
I
like,
think
I'm
you're
just
right.
being
I just
lazy.
didn't want to say that out loud for
I just don't want to do the fight. I don't want to fight with him, and I don't want dinner to be 90 minutes. And so I just give him. It's just easier to give in to the terrorist, and it's like
I hate negotiating with the terrorists.
yeah,
We don't negotiate. We just give in. By God, that's how we do.
But I'm not though. Then I asked my brother about it too. I'm like, so what do you guys do for food? You guys give them vegetables? Something like, oh no, just whatever they want. It's like, you know, it's like, and so like, I feel like a lot of parents these days are in the same position where it's just like we're just different. Like back in the olden days, we didn't do that. It was like you eat what mom made you or you starve.
We also didn't
now
have
it's like,
DoorDash. So what's your birth order, Aiden? What of your siblings? What
yeah,
birth
I'm the
order?
oldest. I'm the oldest of 7.
Me too.
Same.
Oh, 7?
Not 7.
Of 7.
Who
Yeah.
do you think
7?
that has to have shaped who you are today?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
being a leader, being
For
a
sure.
role model. Yeah. Talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. It's you know, it's you're in charge of the house. Like, I mean, my youngest sister is I was 13 and a half years old when she was born. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of mischievous and broke a lot of rules. So in some ways, my younger brothers and sisters kind of policed me.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah. But, you know, and I would say that I set the example, but I didn't, because I was the only one that, like, you know, I got in trouble. Like, my brothers and sisters are all like rule followers, who would never do what I do for work or anything like that. They, you know,
They towed the line.
yeah, I mean, we're close still. Like, their family, I'll always be family with them, but they're not like me in that regard. Like, they would never do what I'm doing, and put themselves out there like that and make themselves, you know.
Well, they're not born first. It's a firstborn thing.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know, but yeah,
A lot of it.
Let me actually kind of. You say they're not like you, right? Because and I think it's pretty safe to say that you're a pretty unique fella, right? What is it that's keeping you in this, right? Like, obviously your own charges, and I'm not taking that. I'm pushing that aside, right? Because even with your own charges, like, yeah, you're in it, but you could opt out of this. You know what I mean? You could take a plea deal. You could stop speaking against all the corruption. And it's not like, here's the thing that gets me is it's not like this isn't a serious situation, right? Like the Birchmore girl, you know what I mean? Like these cops are literally out there ending lives. So it's not like it's not like the danger isn't a real thing.
Mhm.
And I know it's 60 days in the clink. You had to, like, some of this had to have crossed your mind at some point. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, well, not really, to be honest. I mean, it was never a realistic solution because this is what I do for a living. Like, I can't not write. Like, I also have to eat and pay the bills. You know, it's like, this is what I do for work, is cover the Karen Reed case. So I couldn't, like, if I got out of jail and then I'm like, so let's talk about tariffs or whatever the fuck everyone else is talking about. Like, it's just, you know, like, people would be like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to read about that. I have no interest in hearing your opinions about that. I'm here for the journalism and the Karen Reed case and stuff like that. So, like, and that's what I love too. So, like, I had no choice. Like, I have to keep doing this. And I did think about that. My first night out of jail was the first time I actually put any actual thought into that. I was like, it was a tough transition. I did sleep well. Like, I got like 8 hours of sleep in jail.
Oh, I bet.
Every night. But then,
Tell
like,
me you got something to eat on the way home. Get something greasy in you right away. Like
no,
Wendy's, McDonald's, something.
No
Baconator. Got to be the Baconator.
Yeah, Wendy's was the first thing I got when I got out, for sure. And so, like, you know, but then I get, you know, that first night, it was just surreal being out. It took my kids out to dinner, and then it was the last and only night I slept at my ex's house because I had nowhere to go, basically. And I'm like, I'll be out of here tomorrow. Just let me just stay here tonight. I'll sleep on the couch or whatever. And I did. And so I'm like lying on the couch at like it's getting later in the night, and then it's 12, then it's 1, then it's 2, then it's 3, and I for the life of me just couldn't go to sleep. Like I tried, and like every time I would look up and I would see the pictures of my kids on the wall, I was just like, I can't ever leave them again. Like I can't do it. Like no, I can't do anything to jeopardize not being around them. I can't. Nothing in life is worth it. I would be sitting in jail like hating myself if it ever happened again. And so I couldn't. I'm like, that was the only time I ever pondered giving a go, because the only way to truly ensure that I will never go to jail is to stop doing what I'm doing. Like that's pretty safe, because like anything I say on my show can be misinterpreted, taken out of context. We've seen where that's the foundation of my charges is
with
out of context.
DA that is happy to charge you with bullshit.
Especially with the fact that there's a crazy person out there named Crusty Panties who literally exists to try to have you charged, with crimes. Did you guys ever hear the voicemail that she left me? On my third night out of jail. Oh, you guys got to hear. Oh, you got to hear.
Oh, we want to hear.
Oh yeah, let me pull this up. Let's see. Hold on.
By the
While
way,
you're
chat,
looking
while
for
he's
it,
looking for that, sorry, Valhalla. We've got the gives and go up, so don't forget to click that, please.
Oh, yeah. The Turtleboy Defense Fund. It's pinned in my chat. I'm sure some of the other chats have it pinned.
I'm surprised we haven't mentioned it as well.
So go help out Aiden on the defense fund front, y'all. All this shit is expensive. All of it is super expensive. And he's got quality lawyers.
You think Lego?
Yeah. Ask Dave. He knows exactly how expensive, how much he charges.
Wait, for what now? I thought so. I'm above chickens.
Hourly rate.
The chickens are going crazy, and I feel like there was an animal that got into them, so I was listening. I didn't hear it at all what you guys said.
Now we were saying everybody go to Aiden's gives and go for his defense fund, because it's expensive. I mean,
yeah, we are not cheap. This is
well, we want to
got $50 just now. We've got 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna put something 30, up here too.
50.
Yeah, I think I got it.
You got like $130 during this stream, I think.
Appreciate you, Chad.
Nice. Let me know if
we have a very generous group of people.
Yeah, you gotta play it through the speaker.
Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear this. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Again, it's Kate Peter. Crusty.
You guys can hear that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So she goes, "Hey faggot, it's Kate Peter." Listen to this.
I just want to let you know, every time you get a block number, it's not Lindsay or LG or anyone else. It's me. And I just want to let you know that when you go back to jail, I had absolutely everything to fucking do with it, because you're a dumb motherfucker, right? And every time that you victimize a female, I am going to be right there pushing back. I just want you to know that. Please, just on your fucking live show, I am going to get the best of you. You're a bad person, and everybody is going to see it. Have a nice day. By the way, Karen Reed wants nothing to do with you. Go fuck yourself.
Oh,
living rent free.
I meant it.
Yeah, and then she leaves another message where she says she's going to come to my parents' house, and like this insane, mentally deranged individual is out there, and she leaves this voicemail for me 3 days after I got out of jail, in which she says, when you go back to jail, I want you to know that I had absolutely everything to do with it. And exactly like this, I mean, you could just hear the hatred in her voice. It's just a psychopath.
I hear love.
Yeah,
I heard vodka. That's what I heard.
She was definitely an alcoholic.
I heard, hey, pick me. That's what I heard.
Yeah. So, and just to know, and that was February 26th. That was the night, the same day that I had gone to Karen Reed's hearing, and the O'Keefes and McAlberts brought Lindsay Gattani with her to have me thrown out of court. And I was charged with violating a restraining order. So Kate leaves this voicemail with me, knowing that I am about to be charged the next day with violating a restraining order, because they had already spoken with the police. They set the whole thing up. It was all Kate's idea. Kate, Lindsay, Paul O'Keefe, they all came up with this idea together to have me thrown back in jail. And, it's like to know that people are out there that are so dedicated to doing this to you is a scary thought, especially because they have. It wouldn't scare me as much if the police didn't listen to them. Like the fact that they have found a company here with the police. That's the problem.
People shouldn't be able to manipulate the police and the prosecutors in that way. They should be able to see through it. I've had cases where I've had a woman try. Well, no,
manipulation.
No, it's not
manipulation. I think that these cops in the DA's office and Tully and
agreed.
Proctor and Yuri, I think this is just who they are. I think they're unethical pieces of shit that are taking advantage of these women as well.
Yes,
and the friend of my friend is my enemy.
They're happy. Like
enemy is my friend.
You guys said it before. It was like they're happy to take that. Like, fine, you guys are gonna do all the legwork for us.
Oh yeah,
sure. Yeah, you want to compile all the stuff? Sure. Yeah, we'll take it. We don't like them either. This is very convenient. They're very convenient for the police.
Yeah, but and it's also plausible deniability. Oh, but we believed her.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe you should have done a little background research into her and you'd realize what a complete psychopath degenerate she is.
And maybe we should take this opportunity to do something special for Aiden that Nicholas has ready.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Aiden, I don't know if you heard this one before, but a couple of weeks ago I asked an AI songwriting app.
Oh boy.
Yeah. To do a little something.
All right.
Okay, ready, kids?
Well, you got to pull it up.
Here we go.
Well,
whoops.
You pull it up. I'll play it. How's that?
All right. Sounds good.
This is on your channel, right, Nick?
Yep.
Turtleboy walks the line, truth in his hands. Fingers pointing at shadows, he's breaking their plans. Corrupt suits in the courthouse playing their
I know. Can we turn it up?
The lies they sling won't
Yep.
tarnish his name. They try to bury him, but he won't go down. Fighting for justice in every crooked town. Dr. Turtleboy standing tall in the fight. Truth's his weapon shining through the night. Bogus charges flying, but they can't stick. He's cutting through the darkness, sharp and quick. The gavel pounds, but his voice won't break. No matter how much they take and fake, they try to bury him, but he won't go down. Fighting for justice in every crooked town. Dr. Turtleboy standing tall in the fight. Truth's his weapon shining through the night. They push him to the edge, but he holds his ground. In the face of their lies, his courage resounds. For every false word, there's a light he ignites. A warrior for truth under courthouse lights. He's been bruised, but he won't lose the war. Kicking down the gates of corruption's door. Dr. Turtleboy still chasing the sun. The fight's far from over, but he's never done.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Very touching. Thank you very much. I appreciate you putting that together.
People in chat were saying, "I'm not crying, you're crying." Yay! That was cool.
Appreciate that.
You fight the good fight, sir. You fight the good fight.
Yeah.
And like we said before, when you first were on the show, I don't, well, not this show because that was a different channel. But I might not agree necessarily with your style, not agree with it. I wouldn't do your
You wouldn't
particular
do it. Yeah.
version of journalism, but there's a market for it and it needs to be done, So the intense, research that you did in this case brought to light the whole saga of Karen Reed and this ridiculous county out there in Massachusetts. So you deserve all the props for that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the hate or the criticism or the criminal charges. That's a lot of nonsense, but definitely the props for it.
Well, thank you. It wasn't the plan. I wasn't planning on getting arrested. I wasn't planning on having a huge audience from this. Like, none of this was planned. This was just another story I was writing. That was because I'm a news guy. Like, I'm drawn to this story for the same reason that all you people are, because it's fascinating and it's unbelievable, and it's like a Hollywood scriptwriter couldn't write something as crazy as the Karen Reed story. So I was so drawn to it. So that's why I wrote about it. I was outraged about what was happening when I read this, and I became convinced that this is a legitimate cover-up, that this woman did not do this, which means someone else did, which means that the people who did this are still out there and they are walking amongst us, which means the whole public is in danger because of this. And how can I not say something? How can I not protest this? How can I not, they call it a rolling rally, but really what it was like a tour of Canton. Like, it was just like, so it was like a tour of scumbags' houses.
It was a justice parade is what it was.
Yeah, it was just like,
there you go.
It was like a celebrity, like, in Hollywood, they go to the homes,
star tours.
Yeah, but it's like a scumbag tour. Like, so this is where Michael Proctor lives. He's a huge scumbag, and let me tell you what a scumbag he is. Like, if you watch the videos, at no point do I say come out and show your face, Michael Proctor, or anything like that. I didn't care if they were home. Like, I didn't.
None of them were home, right?
It turns out the McCabe's were there. They claim. I thought that they were in a gun.
Bullshit. It wasn't videoed. We didn't see the video from inside their home.
They were in Maine the day before. Like, they were on vacation.
You can't trust anything Jen McCabe says.
Well, I actually say on the rolling rally on video, I go, yeah, the McCabe's aren't here today. They're in Agunquit, Maine still, vacationing. So, they got a Ring camera here. I go, hi, Jen.
That's because you stalk them, sir. You know where they are.
Yeah, because people say that's legitimately what they claim is I'm stalking them, because people send me pictures of them on vacation. It's like,
funny how the stalked are now the stalkers.
Yeah, it's like you guys are famous. Like, what aren't you guys understanding about this? Like, everybody knows who you are. Like, you can't go and I got indicted for saying this. I go, you can't go out in public anymore without people knowing who you are. I said, if I were you guys, I would just stay home. I wouldn't go out in public anymore. And they're like, he's threatening us not to go out in public. Like, that's how the state has spun that. It's like, no, I was just saying, like, I wouldn't go out in public if I was you guys. Like, everybody knows what you did. And you show your face, people are going to say shit to you. I can't stop them. I'm not directing them to do this. It's like, it's way bigger than me. Like, so many people. Yeah. Like, if I died tomorrow, like, people would still call you scumbags in public. Like, I'm not making this do this,
They weren't used to being called out. It scared them.
Yeah. And when it comes to Canton, I mean, this is like another case I've been covering for a number of years now, the Delphi case. It's a small incestuous town where everybody knows or are related to each other, especially those in power. And they are so used to getting away with it because nobody has had the stones to confront them.
Right. And then when somebody finally does stand up to them, their first immediate reaction is, how can we use the weapons of the state, the weaponry of the state, to punish this guy? Because it's not like the old days where they could just beat me up and throw me in a locker and give me a swirly or something like that. They can't. They know they can't do that anymore. But what they can do is weaponize their political connections to people who have guns, which is much scarier than a high school bully. That's what police are. They're men with guns and the power of the state behind them, and they can throw you in jail.
Cops.
What was that?
All the high school bullies grew up to become cops.
Yeah, I mean, it's and in Canton especially. I mean, like, I did a whole yearbook project on Canton, and like I went over year by year who graduated what
that.
year,
I saw
and
that.
it's just when you put it all together, you're like, oh my god, like
Wow.
80% of the police department in that town graduated from Canton High School. There is almost no one that works for that town that isn't born and raised in the town of Canton. And so it just shows that like if you are a Cantonite, they're going to close ranks and protect you. If you're not, like Karen Reed or John O'Keefe, then you are, or Turtleboy, you are susceptible in their town, and that's just
There's
how it works.
something a little pathetic about growing up in a town and then never leaving that town.
There's something very pathetic about that, actually, especially when that's like your big claim to fame. Is like, I mean, Chris Albert thinks he's like the Don of Canton because he like owns a pizza shop in the middle of town and makes mediocre chicken parms. And that's what I said to these, and that's what I said in my videos early on. I'm like,
they don't want to be small fish in a big pond. They want to keep their big fish status.
yeah, I mean that's what I said in my videos early on, is that like these I'm like, these guys, what is, I go, because everyone was so afraid of the McAlberts, and I'm like, what are people so afraid of? I'm like, I'm not afraid of these douchebags. They make mediocre chicken parm in a small can. And like, it's like, what you punks don't scare me. And I stood up to them and they were like, oh shit, our usual plan of scaring people isn't working with this guy. So now we're going to transition into becoming victims of him. We're going to present ourselves as scared victims, which is just so laughable when you see that CF McCarthy's video of them taunting me.
With you.
It's like, are you fucking kidding?
So that's one of the things, like in order for there to be an assault or something like that, or a threat, don't they have to show some sort of actual fear?
No,
I mean,
you
is that
don't.
not a requirement?
No, well, this, because it's what witnesses testify to. So, for instance, if Jennifer McCabe comes on the stand and says, "I'm in fear of him," right? That's all it takes. That's witness
But if
testimony.
she never expresses it, and in fact she does like the opposite, like she sits there or mouths back at you or confronts you, isn't that like a like prima facie, like it would be in Michigan, or at least it
Yeah,
could be in Michigan?
that's a matter of-
prima facie case of like, you're not afraid, therefore this case fails. I had a case once where there was aggravated assault or aggravated harassment, and I couldn't get the prosecutor to kick it. And then we went in front of the judge and took a plea. And the judge is like, wait a minute, where's the aggravated harassment? There's nothing here. This is bullshit. I'm throwing the case.
Well, what they would say is that's a matter for trial. Like, that's what the judges always say, is that, well, there's probable cause exists.
Judges that don't want to do their job say that
don't want to throw the case out, right? It's like, well, they go, the probable cause bar is so low that all you have to do in a grand jury is just say, I'm in fear, and the other side isn't presented, and you get indicted. And in order to have a case tossed using something called a McCarthy or an Odell motion, is you have to show evidence that the jury was lied to, basically, by the prosecution. And, you know, if Jennifer McCabe says that she's in fear, right, and what a judge would say is, and we contend that she's not in fear, he would say, well, that's a matter for trial. Like, this is not, and you're right. It's like, they just don't want to do it themselves. They'd rather kick the can down the road and have somebody else adjudicate that, not caring that, like, trials are expensive. Trials are incredibly anxiety inducing. And most importantly, trials give defendants a reason to plead to something they didn't do. Like, that's that's one thing I've learned from this, is that, like, they can just use this against, like, the fear of going to jail is a very powerful motivator. And so if they come, you know what I mean? And so, like, they
do well in jail.
Yes. So they can use that and leverage that against you and just say, well, why don't you just plead to this thing over here? I mean, that's basically what plea deals are. It's just like, they take your fear of going to jail and use it against you to get you to do something that you don't really want to do. Right. But it's better. You also can't afford to take the risk. This is why so many people take pleas. It's like, they can't afford to take the risk of, you know, something. So,
yeah. And I learned just a few days ago that Massachusetts doesn't really have a speedy trial.
Yeah.
What?
Look at this thing.
Yeah, which
cool.
is extraordinary, because that's what we have here.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah. I got to put the wings on it yet, but I like this thing.
I like that.
Da Vinci's flying machine.
Yeah, I've got it in a box right here. I can't wait to build it.
Oh, you do too, Valhalla?
Yeah,
Love that.
Yeah, I've got it.
Nice. Did you get your car done yet, Aiden?
Working on it slowly but surely.
Did you guys see Nicholas finished Batman?
I mean, it's got police on the side there. I mean, it's got almost.
Oh, it sure
wheels.
does.
Yeah,
Oh, hang on.
we're getting there.
Oh, sorry, I was just showing this. Nice Batman. All right, hang on. Let's pull up Aiden here.
Let's pull up Aiden.
And we're getting it. It's coming
nice.
along. It's coming along.
That's almost the whole city built.
I gotta see it done so that you can slap a Canton sticker on the side, a Canton PD sticker on the side.
That would be so cool if you could do. We should totally do that. So by the way, chat, I can see your messages. I mean I could see chat. I'm not pulling it up anymore because it was distracting. But a lot of you have asked, because I didn't introduce myself. A lot of you were asking who I am. They're like, "Who's that girl in the corner?"
Oh, this is Wendy.
Hi.
We love Wendy.
Wendy
we brought
is our
Wendy
MC
in.
for the Lego interview stream, so that someone
So-
could actually watch chat.
So for those that are new to the Lego stream, welcome in. We appreciate you. We love you. And this was a stream that Dave and I started years ago now.
Yeah,
right?
a couple
It's
years
been-
ago.
How many of these? What number is this? How many? 34. So this is the 34th one of these.
Yeah.
And we realized very early on that building Lego, interviewing with a guest, and reading chat was way too complicated to pull off. So we brought Wendy in to kind of help with the chat aspect of the whole process. And of course, the show itself. And she's been a wonderful addition, and she's not allowed to leave ever.
Nope. She's stuck with us.
It's my absolute pleasure to be here, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And so for those of you who are here, you'll see it on the outro for those of you that missed the intro, but there's quite a long intro and outro for the Lego stream. And I just get so it's so much. I have so much fun on the streams that when we play the intro, I get all excited because I'm like, oh, I remember that. Like, it was great memories. And I have so much fun with chat. I love our guests. Always our guests are number one. But my main goal is to pay attention to chat, and I really appreciate you all. And I love all the super chats, and we'll take some time out to read them all at once. Normally, when we have our special guest, we don't usually have 1,500 people in chat at the same time, so it's easier. I can read all of your chats out loud.
We're making Wendy work today. She's got to earn it today.
Yeah, but I definitely will get to it. But we're so excited to talk to Aiden that we just want to get as much of all his good stuff in as we can.
So Aiden, when's the next date you got on your particular case?
August 13th is the next date, and we have a couple motions that are supposed to be heard that day. One is to unimpound all these messages that we've received that are really, really salacious and really damning. I can't wait. But they're all impounded for some reason, so there's just no reason for them to be impounded. So we're going to have a hearing on that. The government will come up with their excuse and their argument for why they shouldn't become impounded. The other thing that has to be litigated is that the lead special prosecutor on this, who we have not seen in well over a year, his name is Ken Mello, and they claim he's like so sick and all this stuff, but he's still on Twitter chirping away, and he's like, sometimes he shows up on the Zoom at these hearings. And
wait, does he comment about your case on Twitter?
He has made comment, like he has liked and retweet, like he liked. So when I was in jail, somebody made a tweet saying that
unimpound
that his ex-wife or his wife, whatever, is on Plenty of Fish or something like that, and and Mello retweeted it. Like, it's like, what? You're the special prosecutor and you're like trolling me and you're like retweeting trolls who are like mocking, my failed marriage. Like, what? Like, this is anyway. So he's a witness in our case, right? Because he showed up on the night that I was sent to jail. Like, so the night of the incident, I was at Lindsay Gattani's house, and the whole thing was a setup, as we found out now. And she was on the phone with him most of the evening, including a call at like 3:30 in the morning while I was there. And he answers the phone and talks to her for like 43 seconds. According to the log, he doesn't call the police. He doesn't do anything, whatever. So he is now a witness, You know, he has inserted himself into this to the point where he is a witness. We want to know what, like, and so he is, you know, a prosecutor is supposed to say, don't call me directly, call the police and deal with it. Like, I'm not your best friend here, but she had such a close relationship with him. They all did, that he has made himself a witness. So we are filing a motion that he must remove himself as a special prosecutor, because he's not removing himself for some reason. He hasn't showed up for a hearing in well over a year. He's probably just, you know, running up the bill on the taxpayers because he can't find real work. So, you know, he just isn't removing himself.
Speaking of running the tax bill up, how much did Hanky Pants end up making? Something like $500,000. Is that
It was
accurate?
over that. I think it was
$566,000, but that doesn't include after trial work.
That's insane.
And same with Aperture. That was $369,000 up until April 10th, and then you still have all the trial.
And his that included the trial. The 566.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, it included the trial. It didn't include his paralegal, who is at every single thing too. He's got his own.
Is he banging that girl?
She wishes. I think she, you know, based on the looks that she was giving him, it's like believe me, there was no
problem. A lot of rumor around
if he wanted to go for it, the green light was there. There's no doubt about it in my eyes. But you know, like,
I want to break in and show this because this thing is done and this thing is super cool. I'm gonna put myself in. So look at this thing, and then it flaps.
So cool. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Right?
All right. Well, I know what I'm building our next.
That's badass.
Yeah, look,
Mahalo,
there's a little Da Vinci there. This thing is sweet.
That is sweet.
All right, I had to share that.
That's really cool.
That's good. I dig it.
Yeah, that's cool. I got to figure out. It's got to be behind me somewhere. Maybe the Statue of Liberty might go. Or you know what? The police boat can go. I don't care about the cops. They can go.
Now, Aiden, I heard that you are thinking about covering the Adelson case.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be. I'm fascinated with the Adelsons, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, I've been covering that case for well over 2 years now, and it is insane. I mean, I covered the entirety of the YSL RICO trial. It's up there.
That kind of goes to one of my questions. All right, so we're going to fast forward to the future. Karen Reed has now been acquitted. Your cases, you've been acquitted. What are you going to be talking about?
Whatever's hot in the streets, right? There will be more news, and the same thing I was doing before Karen Reed. Whatever is interesting and newsworthy, I'm going to cover it. You know, whatever. Like, I didn't know the Raul Valley case really interests me, and I'm going to do a deep dive on that.
He's got another case coming up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be retried on it. You know, the Rob Tellis trial last summer, I was really into that. Like the hopefully Wendy Adelson, but right now the Donna Adelson case. And honestly, that story is, to me, the Adelson case isn't complete until Wendy's arrested. Because there's no way in hell that she did not know that this was going to happen.
Is Wendy the wife?
Now, her movements, I mean, all around when this was happening, her movements, and when they did the sting operation, I mean, they
that's
have
Donna. That's Donna.
No, they have Wendy's. That's why she got the immunity in the trial against Charlie.
But she's not on the video. What video?
Not video. They have her movements through her phone,
like her cell phone
movements. So she got immunity in the trial against Charlie. She testified lackluster.
That's cool.
But so she got immunity for what she said in court. They can't use what she said in court against her, if they shot her. But her movements surrounding what happened at the time of Dan Markell's murder are highly suspicious. highly suspicious.
Well, so is the fact that she changed her kid's last name as soon as her and moved to Miami with them, which is the whole which is what the contentious divorce was over. That he wanted to live in Tallahassee. The Adelsons hate Tallahassee.
Like the Zachariah Anderson case.
So speaking of that, have you Aiden, have you looked into the Zachariah Anderson case? I'm going to pull this chat up.
No, you told me about it when I first came on.
So Julia 543 is bringing it up again.
Julia.
It's a really tragic case. This guy was literally sent to prison for the rest of his life without any evidence. There's just no
There's
evidence.
less evidence against Zachariah Anderson than it was against Karen Reed.
I put out a tweet. I said that there's less evidence that exists in the universe indicting Zachariah Anderson than was presented at trial against Karen Reed.
Wow.
So it was horrible. And if you got some
Zachariah
spare time,
Anderson
when you're done, take a look at that.
Zachariah Anderson is in prison due to the statements of his, I think, 12 or 13-year-old daughter at the time. That's why he's in prison.
Really?
Yeah, but a highly manipulative daughter, a daughter that would say things
the
just
mom,
to get out of trouble and
bio
get
mom
what she
was the
wants.
one manipulating.
Yeah.
Sadie,
A daughter
the
who
mother, has a lot
had
to do with it.
a daughter who had 7 unrecorded meetings with the prosecutor, and she changed the story also slightly after each time, making the dad looking more and more guilty.
You got to
Another
check this
witness
case out,
changed their
man.
story too after meeting with the prosecutor at the crime scene.
It was the same prosecutors that
You
tried
see-
Rittenhouse in Wisconsin.
You know the
Oh,
Rittenhouse
really?
case.
Okay.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
prosecutor's office.
Same
yeah.
county. Yeah.
Same
Yep.
county, same. So the guys who tried the Rittenhouse case, their boss, the elected prosecutor, tried
Gravely.
Zachariah
Get
Anderson
wrecked,
case.
Gravely. That
He
piece
is
of shit.
horrible.
God, I hate that guy.
The
During
judge.
the trial, he learned what a leading
DA.
question was, but he couldn't figure it out. But he learned the definition of it, and he's just he was the worst attorney I've ever seen perform. And
Had
he's
the same
elected
judge. Same judge as Rittenhouse, by
DA.
the way.
Same judge as Rittenhouse.
Wrongful podcast, people. Wrongful podcast. Check it out.
Yeah, Wrongful
Well-
Podcast is a great podcast that dove into that as well. And it's an easy listen. I think it's 7 or 8 episodes. I might be wrong on that. You guys can check that out.
We still haven't done one thing that we said we were going to do, because I'm roughly the same size as the victim. This victim was 6 foot, 270 pounds.
Yeah.
They claimed that Zachariah, substantially smaller guy, killed this guy, rolled him up in a 5 foot by 7 foot rug,
By himself.
sealed it shut somehow because there are no droplets or no drag marks. Took
So he had
him
to
out to
carry
his
him.
family van and put this rolled up sausage in a 3 foot by 4 feet area in the back of the family van. Drove for 45 minutes without leaving anything in the car except one pin-sized speck of what they claim is
He looked like a
Rosalio's DNA.
He
Yeah.
looked like a booger.
So, but at the end of so Nick and I were going to reenact it. I was
Yeah.
going to try to roll him up into a rug and carry him into a van.
I mean, I'm seeing it now. The morning after Gutierrez was last seen alive, Anderson was spotted on surveillance footage going to a local Walmart where he
Oh,
bought
yeah, yeah, yeah.
garbage
Yeah,
bags,
he was.
latex gloves, and
Yep.
bleach wipes.
During COVID.
Bleach
During
wipes.
COVID.
During COVID, by the way.
Oh,
Clorox
okay.
And he was doing a renovation job too.
Okay.
And his
Yeah.
van was filthy. It was disgusting.
It was
wasn't-
never
That's what
cleaned.
Yeah, it had
those
never
bleach
been-
wipes, those Clorox bleach wipes, the entire time during trial, they were referred to as bleach. He purchased bleach.
What
not
about
bleach
Oh,
wipes.
even get this. So they had a Matlock moment. The defense had a Matlock moment. The state seized a bottle of bleach from his
unopened.
house. Well, so that was the thing. Nobody knew if it was opened. And so on the stand, on cross-examination, when the bleach was introduced, the defense attorney said, "Open up that bottle. Has it been opened?" And they screw it off. They're like, "No, this has never been opened before." But there was this all kinds of nonsense. They
Yeah,
tried to
and-
allege that he used bleach to clean up, the DNA or the evidence of the crime. That vehicle wasn't cleaned. His house wasn't clean. He lived in a septic, and so they pumped every ounce of liquid out of the septic and tested it all.
Nothing.
No DNA, no blood, no nothing in the septic.
Nothing in his
It was
burn
the most
pit.
expensive
It was-
search. They
yeah.
ended up
What
searching.
about
like
this?
a-
On the
a-
day that Gutierrez's death was discovered, officers found burn pits smoldering
Yeah.
at both Anderson's home and his farm, with the remains of a bleach bottle and the accused killer's clothing among the ashes.
They burned their
was false.
garbage. They
They
didn't
found,
find bleach.
There was
They
not
found
one-
they found old blue jeans that
They found a
They
rivet
They found
from a
the
blue jean.
Levi
They found
Yeah.
the button.
button.
The
Yeah,
button.
the Levi. Yeah.
but he would
Couldn't
burn
prove
his
that it was
garbage. There was
Gutierrez.
Every guy in
testimony-
Wisconsin wears 501 jeans. Like,
there was testimony that they have fire pits all the time, and they just burn their garbage because they're out in the middle of
There
nowhere.
was no
out in
DNA in the
Wisconsin.
septic junk, man. They left.
There was nothing that linked the clothing.
No
pieces
human
that they found
remains.
to Gutierrez.
It says
Oh, yeah,
that
by the way, they haven't found
Gutierrez's DNA was then also found inside Anderson's work van, and that there was evidence that the interior had been scrubbed with bleach.
It had not been
They
scrubbed.
had not been scrubbed. Now,
was
let me tell you. So Gutierrez was dating Zachariah's ex,
Yes,
and
His baby mama.
mother of his children, 3 children, and so the kids were back and forth between the homes. Sadie Beecham, the ex, was also having contact with the vehicle. It was
She's a
one
terrible
speck
person, too.
of. Let's assume it's the victim. Hang on. Let's assume it's the victim's DNA. It was so small that they couldn't test it twice, and it was only one little speck.
And they don't know.
They don't know.
Just
They don't know if
DNA.
it was blood. They don't know if it was skin cell. They don't know
it was probably touch
transfer
DNA.
DNA. So there was all kinds of issues
transfer.
with that.
Mhm.
But let's assume that is the only piece of evidence
Yeah.
that links
Now-
them, because it is. Let's assume it's the DNA. It can be explained away in so many different scenarios.
Yeah,
They
the
had
carpet was seen in
contact.
Nichols' van
Yeah.
too.
By the way, Aiden, when you heard when you read the words work van, what did you have in what image did you have in your mind?
Yeah.
like one of those things that like the that Marv and Harry had in Home Alone, like one of those things.
Yeah. No,
It's
this is
his
what
family van
his
that he
family
used
van.
as a work van.
Oh,
So you see
okay.
how the
Are the
media turns
inside
everything around?
pictures
Yeah.
with that, Nick?
Yeah.
Look at
This
That's
is what
after
they
they tore it
claimed
apart.
he had scrubbed clean.
Okay.
They tore
there's
it apart.
shit and dust and dirt
Super
everywhere.
clean.
Look at that.
Super clean.
How
All he did-
did Gutierrez's DNA get in there?
They
Well,
have
because they
kids,
have
in
kids.
common, right? The kids are back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
There could have been a million reasons to
Wait,
explain why Gutierrez.
Gutierrez's kids?
No,
No,
the-
he's
Sadie
boning,
Gutierrez-
he's boning Zach's baby mama.
But so how does Gutierrez's DNA get in the car?
Because the kids pick it
Gutierrez
up.
was living with the kids,
Yeah.
or
Oh.
visiting with the
Staying
kids.
with
Not
the
living,
kids.
not
Yeah,
living,
yeah,
not
not
living.
But I
not
mean,
visiting with
you
the
know,
kids.
he's
Separate
owning
places.
her house. You know what I mean? There's a
Okay.
lot of stuff going on.
There was also a lot of
Totally
speculation.
So one of the
at
kids,
time.
one of the kids would have had to come in contact
Totally.
with him.
Oh yeah, no. They knew him.
DNA can spread that way.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
There's a
Yeah.
famous case. There's a famous case where two fishermen were literally just fishing in a river, and cops come across a vehicle that was down in the river, and I can't remember if the woman was dead inside the car. I think she was dead inside the car. So they're questioning people around, like, "Hey, did you see or hear anything?" So they go over and talk to these two fishermen, and they shake the cop's hand. And they're like, "Yeah, no, we haven't seen anything. We've been here since like 6 a.m.
That
or
case
whatever."
is wild.
And then the cop goes back and starts fishing through the car. Well, he ended up transferring the fisherman's DNA into the victim's car, and they were both charged with murder. The one guy committed suicide before the trial started. The other guy was convicted, and like 20 years later, he was released. And they said it was transfer DNA. It could be transferred that easily.
Really?
Yeah.
So is he appealing this or what?
Yeah.
It's
Zach
ongoing.
is appealing it. Yeah. It's
How's-
still
what's
underway
the-
right now.
What's the
It's on
status
an
of that?
extension or something.
We're waiting on
Pending.
the appellate brief to come
Pending.
through right now. I'll do a breakdown of the
And
appellate
this was
brief
a
when
this
that
is a
happens.
jury trial, not a bench.
It was a jury
Correct.
trial, yeah.
Yeah.
And the jury hasn't spoken at all.
Not
Not a single
one juror
member.
has come forward. The verdict was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and
He got convicted because of his daughter's testimony. 1,000%.
What'd the daughter say?
So
Oh.
okay, so the background is that Sadie, the ex, was accusing
mom.
Zach of stalking him or stalking her, and in doing all kinds of things. Now, in reality, there was a custody trial. They never had custody orders in place between them with regard to the younger two children. So Zach was preparing to file. He had retained counsel, and he was preparing to file a motion. In that motion, he was going to allege that Zach was dating a sort of a seedy guy, that she might have
Rosalio
been- or-
was.
I'm sorry, Sadie was dating a seedy guy, and that she was potentially doing drugs again. That he might be a dealer of some sort, and so he was doing a little bit of background research on her, or on him rather, and then so all of those allegations of stalking were alleged when Gutierrez went missing. And so they brought him, the police brought Zach in and questioned him about stalking, and then searched his vehicle and found all this stuff. So his daughter testified to some extent about that sort of thing. So he was charged with 2 counts of stalking, 1 count of unaliving, and 1 count of hiding a corpse. And I think because when I was watching it, I thought, well, maybe the jury's going to find him guilty on stalking, although I don't see it. I see someone who's preparing for a custody battle. They could be thinking that. I don't know. And then they came across guilty on all 4 counts, which was just amazing. There's not even a corpse. They don't have a body in this case. The other thing is that the timeline doesn't work. In order for Zach to get to Gutierrez's home in the amount of time required by the state's timeline, he would have had to have driven on the freeway, not taken side roads. And the freeway had something like 30-some cameras that would have captured his vehicle. Not a single one captured his vehicle. There it is. So there's all the cameras he would have had to have passed from his home to Gutierrez in order to do what he did in the timeline that the police said he did it.
So question then, not that it matters or it's his problem, but who killed him then?
There's another suspect. There's a sort of an associate of his that he might have owed money to, or that he did owe money to. That guy's whereabouts.
Well, Aiden, why his counsel couldn't even introduce it because of the stupid. There's a Denny
rule in Wisconsin, just similar to Massachusetts, where they can't introduce a third-party culprit without meeting some burden. And so they said it wasn't enough to allow the defense to introduce this Mike guy, I forget his last name, as the potential third-party culprit. What's interesting about this Mike guy is the day after Gutierrez went missing, this Mike guy drove way out of his way to a dump to get rid of a bunch of garbage, like past a bunch of other dumps that he could have easily dropped.
He crossed state line to get to that dump.
I wasn't sure if he did, but yeah, I think you're right.
I think you do. Are you mocking the Rittenhouse thing? How they always mention that he crossed state lines?
No, he actually did. No. He went down to Illinois.
Yeah.
There were 2 dumps involved. They searched one and they didn't search the other. The one that they didn't search is the one that this Mike guy went to.
Okay.
And the one that they searched was just like the closest one.
Right.
And so obviously Mike could have gone to the closest one. He didn't. He drove past it and went to this one in Illinois. So there's a lot of shady stuff. But the bottom line is you have to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And
definitely never
this
got
is
to that point.
We have no cell phone data, no witnesses placing him there, no video of his vehicle, no one placing his vehicle there. No video of his vehicle driving anywhere in the area, and no evidence of a crime or no DNA of the victim anywhere in his property, in the septic tank, at the farm that the family owned. Nowhere. That's what you have. All you have is one speck that potentially could be the victim's DNA. That's it. That's not enough to convict somebody.
No, shouldn't be.
Right.
But unfortunately, it sounds like the testimony of the daughter and the fact that, you know, if your girl starts dating someone else and he ends up murdered, that's bad news for you. Like it's like that's
phone is at home.
Yeah. I know. I'm with you, but like juries are people. And so they're just like, well, yeah, it's got to be.
And the media was like stalker murder trial.
Yeah.
You know,
it was billed as a jealous ex-lover murder trial or something like that.
Okay, yeah, right.
Well, similar to the Karen Reed thing, right? Like the mainstream media had the narrative ahead of time, right? Like the girlfriend cop killer.
Right.
What about all the cops that were in the house at the time?
Right.
What about all the?
You mean the ones with all the GUNS? Yeah.
Well, with Karen Reed, it was a lot more convenient. It was just like, you know, like there was actually like people you could point, like them right there. They're right fucking there. They were right there in the house we dropped them off at. Like they were right fucking there. And he's got dog bites on him. So like,
didn't one of the jurors say something like, if I'm a cop and that's my house, I'm walking outside?
No, he said, if I'm a cop if that's my house and the dead cop is on my lawn, the cops are coming inside. And so
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, the cops are coming inside.
and
yeah,
he's
that's what he-
absolutely right.
Yep.
And he just happens to be a black man too. It's like so hearing that from him too. It's just, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I don't care what color your skin is, but certainly if you're a black guy with zero connections to law enforcement, you ain't getting the same treatment that Brian Albert got, the same benefit of the doubt.
Nick and I streamed a trial a couple of weeks ago where there was an altercation between a cop and a guy on someone else's front lawn, and at first he was outside, and then all of a sudden he ran inside. I suspect he was out clearing out his house because he's like, if this guy dies in my front yard, the cops are coming in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
I was watching police body cam footage the other day because I get in weird rabbit holes, right? Like my happy.
Oh, we all do. We all do.
It gets weird. Okay.
Yeah, we all do.
So I was watching this police body cam footage, and it I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was like actual police work. It was amazing. This cop literally found a dead body in a lawn, and the first words out of his mouth were, "I got to check out the house." Like that was the first instinct he had is I need to get in this house and make sure that everything's okay.
Yes.
The absolute first thing that came to his mind was we need to get in this house. It's like shocking.
It's amazing how that is.
Yeah. And in Canton, you have Jen. Her sister is in a blacked out house. Nobody reacts, and she doesn't want to check it.
Nope. Nothing. Yep. Absolutely not. And just
but then again, she called in at 5:07 and found out.
And then listening to Gallagher and Tully say, well, Tully didn't testify in this trial, but in the last one he did. Gallagher did in this one. It's like when they're questioned about why they didn't go in the house, they are just adamant that, why
would you do that? We didn't have probable cause.
Right. They would have been denied. It's like, but it's not your job to decide if there's probable cause. It's a judge's job to decide. You just write your affidavit saying why you think there is probable cause. And if the judge denies it, then no harm, you don't get punished for that. It's not like in the NFL when you challenge a play, and if you're wrong, you lose a timeout. Like there's no consequences to trying to get a warrant to search someone's house, and you don't get it. Like there's no consequences, so why not try? You know,
it's so crazy. The whole thing's so
cars
crazy.
coming along a little better.
The whole thing that they've been getting away with it for so long, right? It's been literal generations up there. It's a culture. And in this last trial, even the Boston chief of police, his ethics, in my opinion, are also in question after
the commissioner,
Deaver.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Do the right thing.
Yeah,
Deaver.
right.
Is that one guy still a selectman?
Yeah, he's still. Oh yeah, he's up for re-election next year. We're gonna get rid of him.
Yeah, you think there's enough votes to get rid of him?
Oh, I know it. Like we've already had 2 revolutions in Canton in the last 2 select board meetings. We've tossed 2 of the pro police people off and replaced them with.
I was going to say, have you guys not seen any of those commission board meetings? They're great. It's crazy.
They're Chris Albert roast sessions. That's what they are. He just goes up there, and the middle-aged women of Canton just show up there and just roast them, and they have nothing he can do. They stopped having meetings in person, and they started doing them all on Zoom because people
don't mess with the middle-aged ladies. Don't mess with us.
And just roast his ass. You know
what?
Karma.
We're Karens and we have money.
Is there still a federal investigation going on, as far as you know, or no? Have they stopped?
I mean, as publicly they've said that there is no investigation going on. If that's true, shame on them. What a disgrace. But part of me hopes that like maybe they're just saying like, come on, like if somebody came forward to them with information, was like, actually, I know what happened in there that night. Are they gonna be like, sorry? We closed.
I'll give you guys.
Like, is it ever really closed? Like, is an investigation ever really closed?
That's exactly it. Let me fill you guys in on a little secret. Right, when the FBI opens an investigation and starts a file on you, it doesn't go away. It's always there forever.
They know
whether they're actively investigating is a different story, but that file never goes away.
Yeah, I mean, and they called it closed. I would say the meaning of it is the investigation about the Karen Reed case is concluded. that doesn't mean the case in itself is closed, who I believe is much larger. And I don't know if you know this, but FBI are allowed to lie too.
Mhm.
By the way, if you guys, we haven't pushed it enough, I don't think. We have a or not me, I guess. Aiden has a little fundraiser. If you guys want to go donate, I haven't refreshed the screen in a while.
Refresh it because I know we've had
Julia
other people-
543
Oh,
with
thank you,
$50.
Julia. Oh, let's see, David. Let's see. Let's call out our awesome chatters. Thank you, Southern Mom. Thank you, Steve Crowley. Thank you, Jojo. Sorry, were you reading those, David? Thank you, Leah.
No, go ahead.
Thank you, Sherry D. I've seen all of you in chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anonymous Giver. That was me. And thank you, Terry Brad. Well, I was trying to put my real name up there. I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. Thank you, Hellfish. Oh, these are our awesome chatters. Julia again, Anonymous Giver, Sue. Thank
Nice.
you, Living Free. Thank you, everybody,
How
so
far are
much.
we away from our goal here? We
Let's
are
see.
at 232, 267 out of 300,000. Ooh, can we get up to a even 2333333
Yeah,
all the way across the board? Nice.
How is that even? That's not even.
No,
Yeah,
like
I mean
all
that's
threes.
like the the 300 number is kind of. I mean, I've spent more than that. Let's just put it that way.
Right? I
Already.
bet you
So, like,
have.
a large part of this is just kind of recouping what I've already paid for.
Right.
Because this has been very expensive. Like, in being indicted is not cheap, and especially if you want quality attorneys. And it's not a job for one attorney. Like this, when I just had Tim, like I realized like this is way too much for one attorney. I mean, it's too much for two.
No, it's good you got a team together. I remember when you were building that team, and it sounds like
Yeah.
you got a good set of attorneys there.
I like Bettero a lot. I've streamed with him a couple times. He's a
Yeah,
great
he's
man.
that's why I signed
he's a
him.
shark, man.
It's like
He's
that
good.
guy's as good as it gets when it comes to like analyze, just getting it. Just nothing has to be explained to him ever. He just gets it right away. He sees big picture. He's just awesome to have.
And is it Bradle, your other guy?
Yeah, Bradle's the OG. He's
Bradle.
my original counsel.
That dude he's a pit bull, man. He don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's great with cross-examination in court. Like if you saw him in the last trial with just ripping Lindsay Gattani, ripping the McAlbert witnesses, exploiting their weaknesses, just calling out their bullshit. Like he does a really good job of it. And there's a certain amount of charisma that you have to have as an attorney, as you guys probably know. Like personality matters. Like you have to be likable to the judge. Like you have to have a good
judge and the jury.
clerk,
I mean,
and the clerks. Like
and
you have to be able to,
definitely the clerks.
yeah, like they're important, and to the jury too. Exactly. And like Tim is a really affable guy that everybody kind of likes when you meet him. He's just like the nicest guy. And so like that personality goes a long way, I think, in court.
No, that's good. That's
What
good
does your
because you're not
family
likable for
origin
sure.
think
You know, you
about
need
it?
good likable attorneys.
Exactly.
Right.
I know. I need somebody likable, like to kind of offset me.
Island Girls question. Oh, Shelby.
Somebody on the bench better be likable, damn it.
Well, you know what? It's
Somebody's
actually it's a good idea to have
trying,
attorneys
Shelby.
that are opposite from you. You don't want an attorney that's the same personality as you.
Agreed.
So it's good. It's good the types of attorneys that you got, and they seem to be really good trial attorneys.
That's
which
why
is
I
the
would hire
important part.
David if I ever needed someone. I'd hire David in a heartbeat.
I'm not licensed in California. I'm not going. Well, I'm going to California, I guess.
You're
if we
going to
want.
California.
Yeah, I got to suck it up and go.
Oh,
But yeah, no, it's just it's a song and dance show, especially when you get
bringing you to
into
Lego
trial
Land.
work,
Mhm.
right? So you got to be able to perform in a likable way. You know, you have to be the leading man, not the villain.
Right,
Right.
Shenny?
Right.
So
What does your family of origin think of all of this? How are they
Right.
doing? Your parents and your siblings and your nieces and nephews and cousins. Like how are not the people you've just now met, but your proper family, the people that have supported you your whole life, or hopefully
Yeah. So my dad is very supportive of what I do. They don't really come to my court hearings or anything. I don't really ask them to. I just don't want to bring them. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like Karen's family.
there's a
It's
lot
like,
of eyes there, right?
yeah, and it's like exactly. Like I don't want to drag them into this and make them part of for public scorn. My dad has come to a couple hearings just because he's got my back. My mom she passed away last June, And so, thank you. And so she was, you know, a
So when
supporter
all
of
this
mine.
was hitting, that's rough.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
it was like she died 2 days before the mistrial was declared in the Karen Reed trial. So, yes, so it kind of happened like right in the middle of this. But you know, I was incarcerated, which was kind of a blessing. And I talked about this on Melanie's stream last night. I was like it brought me closer to her because I talked to her every day. And so it was kind of and I had no idea at the time. She wasn't terminal at the time. So I had no idea that like 4 months later she was going to die. And so it was like a blessing that like I wasn't talking to her that much before that. Like it was kind of fighting a little bit and you know, just busy and you know, I was going through a lot of stress. Yeah. And so like but then being in jail kind of brings you closer to it. And you know, it was so it was a blessing in disguise. So yeah, they support what I do. Like when they I remember when the not guilty verdict came or whatever, it was like we have like a family group chat and just like exploded with like, oh, here's your interview on Fox News, here's this and that. And so they all loved it. They're big supporters.
That's precious. I'm glad you have that.
Well, thank you. Me too. I'm lucky, you know, a lot of people aren't blessed with, you know, big. I mean, that's the beauty of having a big family is a lot of people, you know.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Me too. Yep. I'm half
She's Mexican.
Yeah, I'm Mexican. We got people. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of sisters to love.
Did you get the card done?
I'm almost done, dude. It's like we're on. All right. So I'm on number 33 out of how many are there on here? 49. I'll go faster. I'm getting there.
Everyone struggles with building and answering questions at the same time.
As it turns out, it's more of a truck. It looks like
more of a truck.
Yeah, more of a truck
rolling up on the SUV.
Yeah,
it's like a carrier, like a transport vehicle.
Yeah, it's a real police. Okay.
All right, so Aiden, if you could pick one superpower, just one, what would it be?
Superpower, huh?
Superpower.
Like anything,
but only one. You can't get like Green Lantern's ring.
Yeah. And apparently there's different superheroes.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Flash Gordon is not Flash, Wendy.
I didn't know that.
Does time travel count? I mean, that would be
why not?
Ooh, no one's ever said that one.
Yeah, time travel would be best, obviously, because you could just become so rich off of that by doing Michael J. Fox did and
going back and
that was my wife's answer yesterday.
Yeah, get your bets in. You know?
I asked her yesterday what her superpower would be, and she said time travel.
Yeah, so, I mean that you got to go with time travel because that you can correct all your mistakes. There's just there's no pressure in life if you could just hit the rewind button whenever you want.
You can go back and not go to Lindsay Gaetano's house that night.
Yeah, exactly. Or I would set her up. Like I would. I've replayed that night so many times. I would go back there, and then when I left, I would go right to the Medfield police and say she hit me. That like knowing that she intended to do that the next morning, because whoever gets to the police first wins. Like you can just make up like in a domestic. So like, because it wouldn't be sufficient just avoiding the charges. Like knowing that she intended to do this to me, I would want to make her pay. So I would go and do it to her. Like since we got to just make shit up and police,
right? And you wouldn't feel bad because you knew in the real reality, she would have done it.
That's her intention. Exactly. Oh, knowing that that's her intention. I would go because I've relived this many times. That is exactly what I would have done was just gone right to the police and be like, oh, I would have like, I would have done some like, fucked up shit.
Headbutt
like I would have
the steering wheel.
It's like, I don't get like, fuck it. It's all ethical because she would have done the same to me. So I wouldn't even feel bad about it,
Someone in chat, who was it? Said,
the way other devious people think, like when you don't have a devious mind, that's why you would need time travel because some of us don't think that twisted.
Good Turtleboy, a flux capacitor, Sarah says. Yes.
That's all I want.
And what about the DeLorean? The DeLorean, though.
Yeah. Do you have any role models in?
Role model. I mean, like I said, my parents were kind of my role models growing up.
Wendy asking that?
Yeah.
Oh, did she? Oh, I'm sorry. I just
arguing with chickens. It's okay. You were building.
Yeah. I get distracted sometimes with Lego as well.
You know what I'm dying to find out, Aiden?
What's up?
I'm dying to find out what your favorite meal was in jail.
Oh, chili, man. The prison chili was the bomb. I loved it. I could eat that shit.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Like
great.
one they made in the actual kitchen?
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. I never really liked chili
Most
before
jail
that.
food is not good, but occasionally you find that one.
It wasn't
just hits
that bad.
right,
You
and
know, it really wasn't.
It's worth the
Wait. How does Valhalla know that most jail food is not good?
Come on now.
Well, that's a silly question, Dave.
Silly David.
Everyone's got to spend at least one night in jail, right?
Exactly.
Breakfast is the worst.
I've never spent a night in jail.
Come back to the States. We'll fix that.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
how was the breakfast?
The breakfast was the weakest of the three meals.
Usually
it was
the grits are terrible.
There was every other day. Actually, I knew the exact pattern. It would be every other day, and then a third day after that would be three hard-boiled eggs, and cornbread and milk. And so it comes at 6 o'clock in the morning. And if you don't eat it by 6:30, they take it out of it. I made the mistake once of falling back asleep, and then it was gone, and then you're hungry all day, right? And so you'd wake up, you'd eat it, you go back to sleep. So it was eggs, Rice Krispies, cereal, or the only thing I would not eat in there was the oatmeal. I hate oatmeal. It's nasty. I just won't do it. It was very rare that they'd have oatmeal. So like the breakfast was not very good, but you just eat it and you go back to sleep, and then lunch was I liked lunch a lot. Like lunch was, it was either chicken salad or tuna or salami or never burgers, unfortunately. But roast beef, and it was good. I enjoyed the lunch a lot. It would come at 11 o'clock every day, and usually come with like some pickles and milk, and I liked lunch. And then dinner was, you never knew what you're getting with dinner. It's like I would always eat it. It was fine. Often there was like a lot of mac and cheese type stuff, a lot of the chop suey, American chop suey type things, and a lot of patties, like whatever. Whatever. I'm hungry. I just fucking eat it. Like whatever they brought, I ate.
That's what you got. That's what you eat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I didn't really give a shit. The suck. Being in medical sucked because I'm isolated from everyone else. And there's cameras in the cells, so there's zero privacy. Like you go to the bathroom, everything is on video.
You couldn't even get a stinger in there to cook some ramen or something. They would
I had nothing. Like there was there was nothing. Like I didn't have, like all the other prisoners could. I didn't get ramen at the commissary because I couldn't cook it. All the other prisoners have access to hot water, and stuff like that. I didn't have anything like that. Like they got to watch TV
and chew it dry.
Well, no. You were in like solitary the whole time, essentially.
Yeah,
right?
solitary, basically. Yep. So
wait, why were you in solitary?
For my own
he's high
protection.
profile.
Yeah, because I'm high profile. Yeah. That's what they said.
So if I'm not mistaken, you were basically in solitary the entire 60 days, but you had like a trustee job, right? Where you could kind of get out of the cell and sweep them up, or did I misunderstand that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I wish. Okay. I was just stuck in the cell for 21 hours a day, just stuck in the cell. And this is right during NFL playoff season too. And like all the other prisoners,
that's the most important part.
All the other prisoners are in living areas, housing units where there are TVs in the common area. And so they get to go out there and watch the games or whatever. And I'm just sitting in a cell knowing that these NFL playoff games are going on and I can't watch them. Everyone else in the world is watching this stuff. I can't watch it. And so we did negotiate. Like I wanted to get in the housing unit bad. And one of the big things was he wants to watch football. And so they set it up. So they literally would bring for the starting in the divisional rounds, they brought me for 3 hours. I would get to go and sit in the intake unit where they first bring prisoners in. They put a big TV outside of it. And I just sat in there by myself. Some COs didn't like it. They're like, oh, he's getting all this special treatment because he's Turtleboy. But it's like, no, motherfucker, this is actually equal treatment because everyone else gets to watch this except for me. So they're making an accommodation to make it equal because I have a right to, like, I didn't do anything wrong. I shouldn't have to be punished, like, at least while I was in jail. Like, as a prisoner, I have not done something wrong to receive less treatment than the other prisoners. So, like, we made it because, like, if fine, you don't want to put me in a housing area, and their reasoning for not putting me in a housing area wasn't even that they, like, gave a shit about, like, if he gets hurt. Like, their worry was, like, What if he gets hurt and writes about it? What if he sees something there and he writes about it? Like, that was their big concern, was I might expose corruption at the jail. So that's why they didn't really want to put me in a housing unit.
Because jails are notoriously not corrupt.
Yeah, I didn't really see most of the jail. I only saw like a very small area of the jail in medical. Like, that was my world for 60 days. It was very small.
Nick, do they only serve meatballs in Swedish prison?
And lingonberry sauce.
Yeah, lingonberry.
The budget for prison food is higher than the budget for school food in Sweden.
That seems about right.
Terrible.
That checks out.
Terrible.
Aiden, you probably talked about this to Kingdom Come, but you met a certain someone in jail, if I understand it correctly.
Ooh, Brian Walsh.
Oh, Brian Walsh. I did meet Brian Walsh.
People want to know.
I saw him there like my 3rd day in there. I did morning rec in his living area. And so like they would not let me near any prisoners. And so like at around, I did a rec from like 8 to 10:30, and I would go out and like run laps in the basketball court outside. And I remember like Walsh would go to like some sort of program. Like there's a lot of programs that they can go to and stuff at like 9 o'clock or something like every day. And so they would take him out and they would kind of lock me outside. Like I couldn't get back in and it was cold and stuff. So I would just run around and exercise. But first time I was out there and they locked it out and I see Walsh come out. I'm like, I didn't like when I saw him at first, I'm like, he looks a lot better now than he did when he was all fat and gross when he was like arrested. He looks better now that he's in jail. He looks a lot more fit. He's lost a little bit of weight. And I'm like, oh my God, is that holy?
That clean jail living will do that to you.
I asked one of the CEOs, I'm like, is that Brian Walsh that just came out? And they go, we're not supposed to say, but again, it's like, that's clearly, that's Brian Walsh. And I'm like, wow, that's fucking, I'm like, I've been here 3 days. I'm like, that guy is like, every time I looked at him, I'm like, bro, how the fuck you chop up your wife, dude? That's crazy, man. You use like hacksaws and shit. Like they found hacksaw blades. Like that's fucking wild, dude.
You didn't ask him?
No, so I didn't talk to him because they wouldn't let me talk to like any prisoners. But on like with a few days to go in my sentence, he was in federal court one day because he was pleading guilty and he sold some fake Andy Warhol art. I don't know if you guys knew that. And he pled guilty to that in federal court and he wasn't in his cell one day. So I wrote him a note and I put it under his door and it said like, hey, I'm a reporter. I've been following your case. I've been following this Karen Reed case, which is actually what I'm in here for. And I understand that a trooper by the name of Michael Proctor is one of the lead detectives on your case and that your case involves Google searches that you allegedly made. The case I'm covering also involves Michael Proctor and Google searches with the Commonwealth claims weren't actually Google searches. And I would like to hear what you think about that. And if you're familiar with this case, and let me know if you'd like to talk more. And I put it under his door knowing he wasn't there that day. And then I knew he'd read it later on. And so I came back the next day and I just went over and I kind of knocked on his window and he's like, oh, hi, Aiden. He was like all friendly and shit. He's like, oh, hi, Aiden. I got your note. Thank you. I've talked to my lawyer about it. And he told me that, if you want to do an interview with me, to go through him and just send him an email and he could talk to you. But I really wish you the best and hope you get home to your kids and your family. And I hope you have a great day. And I'm like, okay, Brian Walsh. All right. That was like my whole so you chopped up your wife.
Creepier the way you say it.
That's how he talked though. It was like, so he was so overly nice. And it was like, bro, this is like wild because I know what you did. And like, I definitely think you did that.
I mean,
like, what's up with those Google searches? Like that's crazy what you did, man. But like, he was just so nice to me that I couldn't be like, yeah. So plus the journalist in me just wanted the interview,
Right.
And I had like, how could I not? I couldn't leave that jail.
You got to take that shot.
You have to take that shot.
You
Like
got
I
to
would
take that shot.
Like I would be like, like I can't leave that jail and be like, so I saw Brian Walsh every day and I didn't attempt to talk to him. Like I couldn't do that.
Avoided him like the plague.
Yeah.
So have you set up an interview yet?
So I emailed Larry Tipton and it didn't get back to me. So I didn't think that Larry Tipton's not going to let his client talk to me. I mean, it's not like Karen Reed where it's like she's clearly innocent. And I mean, she was clearly innocent, and even her talking was not a good idea. Like him talking would be a really bad idea, I think.
Those out of context.
It would be great. Not my problem. So if he wants to talk, I'm all about it. But I can see why his lawyer would say no.
Yeah, but I mean,
wait till after you get convicted.
Yeah,
he has a really strong or a really strong possibility to get a lot of things thrown out, thanks to Proctor, Fanning,
Bukaki.
Oh, Bukaki, everyone. I mean, and I remember the final question his attorney asked of. I think it was who was in the car crash. One of the detectives.
Guarino
was the last one on the stand in that hearing, and one of the final questions was, well, you did all the search, yes, you did, and all of that, yes, and then you stopped, yes. Why? If you thought you had all the things in place, why did you stop searching? Why did you go for a search warrant? And which is an excellent question. If they really thought they had everything lined up with the consent, why did they stop searching? And now they're going for, what was it? They're going for in open view.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, that whole thing.
I mean, they spent 3 hours searching through that phone before they got to those Google searches, and they claim it was in open view.
Right, of course. Of course. It was his son's iPad too. It wasn't even his. He's like, oh, they won't look at that. They won't think to look at that, but they did.
We should go through some of these super chats. They're kind of stacking up a bit.
They really are.
Do you want to pull them up, or do you want to read them?
I turned my super chat off because I thought this was a fundraiser.
Well, we also did fundraise too.
Yeah, we did. So
you can turn super chats off.
I was going to let Wendy do it and maybe sneak out for a second.
All right.
Okay, go ahead, Wendy.
You guys all good with that? Thank you, Aiden, for letting us do this. Thank you to the new members: Big Dog 5758, David Trailer, and Vice Baby. Everyone knows who that is. That is
Legal
Vice's son.
Connor, Legal Vice's son.
And we appreciate his support. And for $4.99 super chat from Tracy, she says, Aiden, get the people and say who each cop is. Now, this is from the beginning of the stream, so I don't remember which conversation that was, but it was from a long time ago.
Well, thank you, Tracy, for the $4.99.
Appreciate you. And Mr.
Nick,
Goss.
this is for you. Yeah, this is for you, Nick.
Yeah, Steve Gosney. Yes, I will be in Miami September 20th. Me and Steve are going to have a meetup at Julia's and Henry's 6:30 p.m. September the 20th. Now, I will be in Utah from September 4th to 18th. Then I will be in Miami 18th to 24th. I will try to have some kind of meetup for Salt Lake City. I have no idea how many of my viewers live in Utah, but if they are,
I don't think any of them do.
Yeah. Well, even if they're close.
Does anyone live in Utah, really?
No.
Well,
just the LDS.
Does Aiden's set come with a tiny deaver?
Thank you, Pro.
My set? I don't know. I wish. I don't think so.
There's two questions that came in when we started earlier. I think they kind of are both in sync with each other. Did something big happen in your case today? And did Crusty plead guilty today at court? Do you know anything about those?
Well, yeah, she did plead guilty. We talked about that before.
Yeah, there's just questions I want to make sure we got out.
Yep.
And then was Turtleboy consulted by prosecutor before KP was offered a plea deal?
Yep. Yep, they didn't do it without my consent. You know,
Okay.
and I said because I was happy. I said no continuance without a finding. That's kind of like the way around. I don't know if you guys have those in Michigan or whatever, but like in Massachusetts, continuance without a finding is like you admit to guilt, but you don't get it. Doesn't go on your permanent record like a year after a year.
Yeah. We call them delayed sentences or deferred sentences.
Right. Yeah. So like, you basically, as long as you don't commit a crime in the next year, the charge goes away. It's like, no. I want a guilty pleading, a conviction. And if I have to take threatening, I mean, I'll take it. You know, it's like, I'll take that. That's sufficient.
We have a member for 11 months, I think, over on Valhalla's channel.
Thank you, Island.
Yeah, very cool. Hey, Valhalla, go damn Vols. I don't know. Well, let's save this one for when Valhalla's back.
Yeah.
Another Tammy's been a member of Valhalla's channel for
Tammy.
7 months. Very cool. Oh, we pulled this one up. Don't trust the crust.
Don't trust
Carrie B.
Yeah. But we
Thank
didn't
you very
thank
much.
Carrie. Thank you so much.
Yes, I pulled it up and commented on it. Cloak and Gloomer with a $9.99 super chat. Here's the long one. You can read it, Wendy.
In honor of my friend Jeff, who was looking forward to covering Reed 2.0, I think Aiden would have liked Vices and his trial coverage.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah, Legal
Jeff,
Vices is a good guy.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he was one of the great ones. We are kind of the good ones. He was
There was
one
a
of the
lot
great ones.
that recently died.
I'm familiar. I know who it was.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Maddie, by the way, thank you for the $9.99. Cloak and
Thank you, Cloak and
Gloomer.
Say the name,
Gloomer?
David. Glomar?
Cloak and Gloomer. All right. Maddie has a question for Turtleboy. What is your proudest moment as a father so far?
Aw.
I don't know. There's been so many.
Aw.
Because you don't want to pick one over another. So I can't say there's specifically one, but I don't know. Just that they're genuinely good people. And whenever you see them showing empathy for their fellow man, it makes you proud that you've raised decent people so far.
Nice. That's
Thank
good.
you, Mitty,
I
for
always
the-
said you can trust how good of a job you're doing when you see how your kids, interact with others outside of your home, and when
Yes.
they don't think you're watching, because
Totally.
they're bastards in the house,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I guess my proudest moments, like every time you talk to their teachers and they say good things about them. It's like, that's, and especially that they're helpful to other kids and everybody likes them. And that's what makes you feel proud,
Yeah.
King Bob gifted one Valhalla membership. I don't know
Thank
who
you,
that went
King
to
Bob.
since we missed it.
Sorry.
I don't want to pull up Zach's $1.99.
You
He
better
says,
give
listen,
my
Listen,
next.
Turtle.
Listen, Turtle.
Listen, Turtle.
Zach's my fifth ex-husband, so we have to be nice to Zach.
Thank you, Stray, for one gifted MLS membership. That's awesome. Stray's also been a awesome mod. So thank you for that. Another
So-
Zach. Okay. Turtle Boy is what the founding fathers had in mind. I agree. Right? That was the whole idea, being able to petition
Right.
the government, right? That was
Totally.
one of the main things that they wanted.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
the reason why the First Amendment.
Agreed.
And all this crap about, he's not a real journalist. Let me know the top 5 journalist school right around the First Amendment was written. Please,
Right.
please tell me.
Yeah.
Because you all, freedom of the press is literally freedom of the printing press, not the operator, the printing press.
It's about being able to spread information,
getting news and relaying it to a bunch of people. That's press.
Right.
Yep. That's all it is.
Precisely.
Wendy, I'm gonna have you read Zach's $4.99 super chat because I know he wants me to read it.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, Zach. Get Plevin's new book about David's brave and beautiful metamorphosis into Davina, Storm of Transition, forward by Crusty Panties.
Yes, thank you very much for the $4.99, Jack.
Oh, Plevin, you jackass.
I forgot about Plevin. I got his book, by the way. I
really?
downloaded it just so I
boy.
could start reading it, and I made it. Actually, you know what? Maybe I could pull it up here because I got it on Kindle, and I started highlighting things, and like all the things that he said wrong. Let me see if I can get it up here.
So it's all highlighted.
Oh, so much of it is just like in the first like six or 10 pages or so, and it was ridiculous. I couldn't continue to read it because I was just highlighting everything. Let me find this.
Yeah,
stupid
nor
notebook.
should you. Nor should you.
Is it worse than Becky Boo's book out of the Murdoch trial?
Like, this is page 7. I was just like highlighting everything.
Right.
I don't know if you can see it very well.
No.
Those
Those are all the mistakes.
These are all the mistakes. These are like all the wrong things. And there's just like so many of them. I just kept
Oh yeah,
highlighting
Moni G
everything
said
wrong.
Baker read it. He read it on a live stream, I think.
I don't know. Did he read the whole thing? But when he talked about it, I was like, I got to get this book. I got to check it out. And I only made it through like the first 7 pages, and I was like, no, I can't read this. Troy. This is ridiculous. I forgot about him. Oh, Valhalla, we have a super chat for you.
I heard. I apologize. I didn't realize that.
It's okay, babe. You didn't know.
Directed at me. My bad.
Well, here now you can read it.
Hey, Valhalla, go damn Vols. Ask and free Turtleboy. Krista, I'm all. Let's go. Let's go, Vols. Go,
I got
big
a
O.
question over from Rumble. If is Valhalla a mod for Turtleboy yet?
Oh, that's a good question.
Good question.
So, Turtleboy, you may not be aware of this or not, but I am in fact the YouTube mechanic. I have more wrenches than probably most people on this platform.
He does.
I don't recall ever seeing you in the chat.
I don't chat over at your
I can't make you mod if you're not in the chat.
That's fair. That's fair.
Nice.
That's
fair.
actually the best response I've ever gotten to
It is,
me
but he's
hoarding out a
actually
wrench.
How can I wrench someone up if I don't see their comments ever?
Right.
That's funny. I actually don't chat much in your
He doesn't.
In your stream because you just got a lot going on over there, man.
I do have a
I
Tara
appreciate
Raymer.
it. I like
Tara
it.
Raymer
That
for
was good.
$2.
That was good.
$2. What about Long Island Audit v?
Super chat, Tara.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, the
Versus-
Long Island Audit. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Cop Tua.
Cop.
Have you guys seen that video? This guy Long
No,
Island
what's
Audit.
this
Oh,
about?
you got to see it. I did a stream on it like last Wednesday. It's crazy. This guy, he's like a First Amendment auditor, so he goes into places and like films police and but he's actually pretty smart. And so he's like investigating this one cop named in Connecticut. He's a Connecticut state trooper named Brian Fahey, I think his name is. And he is collecting like $80,000 worth of overtime. It's just shady what the guy's doing. And so he went to his house to ask him about it, and like a reporter would do, and filmed himself doing it. And before he can even knock, he knocks on the door, and then Fahey comes out and tells him to leave. So he leaves and he starts walking away. And then Fahey comes out a minute later holding a gun and chases him down his driveway, which is kind of long, and then tells him to leave. He's like, I am leaving. I'm walking away. And he's yelling at him, screaming at him. He's like, I'm a goddamn Connecticut state trooper. And then he spits in his face. And he's like, you just spat on me. What the fuck? And the guy keeps walking. And then the local town police get there. A couple minutes later, 7 of them pull up, and he shows them the video, shows them what happened. And they go, we can't arrest him because in Connecticut, it's not assault to spit on someone, but we are arresting you for voyeurism. They arrest him for voyeurism. Voyeurism.
Oh my God, what is wrong with New England?
Yeah. And the guy is just standing there holding his gun.
Since when is brandishing a firearm not a crime?
I guess if
Apparently
you're
on your own property, I guess you can. I don't know.
Was
But you got to see the video. It's absolutely wild. Like,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's just it's outrageous. And so I've heard of the guy before, and it's like he's got almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Oh wow.
And so I checked out the video. I'm like, wow, this is really, really, really bad. And so it's like right up my alley. It's a neighboring state. So I'm hopefully going to start covering that a little more too, because it deserves some coverage.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Hellfish, tell me it's not true.
He did.
What?
He did have his finger on the trigger.
What?
Or trigger discipline is rule number 1.
Like it was scary. Like you were like, if you were
Oh
this
my
guy,
God.
Sean, who was I would call him the victim in this whole thing. He was, one wrong move. If you upset this guy, like he's scary. Like he's looking for a reason to use that weapon. Looking for
That's
it.
not That's
know?
not a dude that should have a badge.
Were there
No.
regular interactions between these two?
There was an interaction in 2021 when
Like 4 years ago? Okay.
yeah, like 4 years ago, he went to the guy, ironically, is in charge of issuing firearm permits in the state of Connecticut. And so he went there in 2021 to, I forget what he was doing there exactly, but like he went to state police headquarters and was filming like he always does. And Fahey comes out and basically tells him, get the fuck out of here, and loses his temper on him. And then just comes out and tries to arrest him on the spot. Like one of the other officers somehow talks him out of it, I guess. But whatever, like it was an insane video too. So that was their previous. And ever since then, this Long Island auditor guy has kind of had a hard on for this Fahey dude and has started like investigating him and looking into his overtime pay and thought that was shady. And he shows up like a reporter would do, like I did with the McAlberts, and knocks on someone's door. And you're allowed to do that as long as there's no trespassing signs or anything like that. And he was asked to leave. He left. He was walking away, and that's when the guy came out with his gun and got in his face and spit on him again. And the best part was when the cops are like, yeah, so it's not a crime to spit on somebody in Connecticut. And he's like, oh, so I can spit on you right now. And he's like, no, actually you can't do that because it is a crime to spit on a police officer. And so it's like, so there you're on video. He's literally saying, no, I'm special. There are special laws for cops. You can't spit on us, but we can spit on you. That's the law in the state of Connecticut, which is just wild.
That's insane.
Yeah. You got to see the video. Like it's fucking wild.
When did you do this?
This happened to him the Friday before last.
I was just wondering when you covered it, when you were talking about it.
I did a stream on it Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
And I was right. And then Sean, Paul Reyes, he watched this. I'd never talked to him before, and he showed up in the comments, and then he came on, and I had him on for an interview. It was pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that stream out.
So you asked earlier, like, what are you gonna do, when this is done? Some shit like this, whatever comes up. Like there's always gonna be something.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be something.
Yeah, there's always a new trial. There's always a new case. There's always somebody doing something stupid.
That's the beauty of my work. It's like, I call it the Ratchet Industrial Complex. Like without people behaving poorly, I would have nothing to do. I would make no money. Like I'm dependent on people acting like shitheads in order to make a living. And people will always act like shitheads. So I'll always be there to cover it.
And we're glad
Have you ever been scared throughout this process? Like I know,
only of Brian Tully. He's the only one that scares me. Because that motherfucker's got it in for me, and he's devious, and he's an amazing liar, and he's the only one that scares me out of all of them. Because you know what scares me about him is that judges believe him, and judges trust him. That's the scariest part about Brian. Not one of these motherfuckers scares me as like a physical threat. Like I'm not scared of Brian Albert. I'm not scared of any of them. Like they don't scare me. If you want to fight, we can fight. Like, if you actually want to do that, I'm not scared of any of you punks. You ain't and you're not going to do shit. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you're a pussy. You're not going to lay a fucking finger on me. You wouldn't dare, because I got a camera in my hands. I'm filming this shit. You wouldn't dare do that. And so like that, the camera.
Wait. I got a very important question. Do the videos that you film automatically get uploaded to the cloud?
I don't know. They're on YouTube. Probably.
Oh, so you're doing it live.
Yeah, like everything I record goes on YouTube. There's nothing I do that doesn't go on YouTube.
Yeah. Was that Jill Daniels thing live?
Yeah, that was live. That was live. That was actually on Facebook live.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And there was. Yeah. So like, that's the thing. It's like, if you guys want to do it, if you want to commit a felony on crime, I would love on video. I would actually love that. Like the camera to me is more powerful than a gun. Cause it's like, it changes people's behavior when they're on video, when they're on being filmed.
The pen is mightier than the sword, but the camera defeats a gun every damn time.
It does. So no, I mean, I've never once been scared of any of these people.
We got an update on the fundraiser. We are almost there. We need like $900 more to get to my 23333 thing. But we got some new because that's an even number.
Oh, 20th Century Fox. Thank you.
Yeah.
20th Century will be
Yeah,
Fox.
but Tully is smart enough to have people in between him and the stupidest things that is done. He's always going to have a Buchanan, a Proctor between him and whatever misconduct.
Right. Yeah, he is. He's a crafty one, that guy. He's that's the thing. He scares me because of his ability to lie and manipulate, and he's done it multiple times, and he's threatening. Like, he's the only one who scares me, not because he's a physical threat, because he knows how to put people in jail, which scares me more than any threats of physical violence. The threat of being in jail is much scarier than being punched in the face.
I'd rather be punched in the face than sent to jail.
Me too. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
How
you
long
haven't
of a jail?
fallen on your face on concrete.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who's giving a Lego shout out in this. That's amazing. And then there's also Nick's liver. Yeah, but other Lego shout outs. That's appreciated.
Yeah, it's the standing joke when I do my fundraisers with the Wheel of Regrets. Yeah.
Wheel.
Nick's liver.
The last three starred chats are for you, Valhalla. The Hellfish Haven and
last three starred chats.
The Hellfish Haven, I think, is a member chat for you.
Member for 3 months. Hellfish Haven says Unk from Steel Exposed to Man of Steel. Keep it up. Unk from
Landon Steele. Okay, there was this guy I wrote about in 20. You got to be a follower of the blog. There's this guy Landon Steele, a scam artist that I wrote about in 2020. He's like this. He's a veteran, but he had become famous online as like this grizzled veteran who had claimed he'd fought in like all these major battles and shit. He was a complete fraud, and who was like manipulating women and taking advantage of them and using his fake veteran. He was in the army, but he just didn't see any combat, and he lied about it all. So I did like a 6-part expose on Landon Steele. So that's what they're talking about from Steel, from exposing Steel to Man of Steel. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go check that out. So Hellfish Haven is a veteran as well. I'm a veteran. Hellfish Haven's a veteran. By the way, Hellfish Haven is local. He's in Norfolk County area. He's he's by you.
So he knows. He's obviously read the stories.
Yeah. He's a huge fan of yours. Yeah.
Good dude. But if you look back in my catalog far enough, me and MLS, Dave up here, we did a couple of those where we found a piece of shit that was taking advantage of a bunch of veteran stuff. Yeah. There was probably 3 or 4 streams that we went after people. I was wondering if it was one of those. I don't think it was.
I gotta get those back up on my new channel.
You do.
Oh, you should. I've got them if you want to use.
No, I've got them. I downloaded everything when the channel was about to go down. So I just got to re-upload them. It's like so many videos that I have to re-upload and I forget about. Like Turtleboy's original streams weren't up, and then Aiden reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, can you put those back up?" I was like, "Oh yeah, shit, forgot about those.
Those
get those back up."
Yeah, I got out of jail. Your channel was gone. I talked to you right before I went in there, and I know that you were in touch with my lawyer about like getting, because you wanted to do a review of it, and like we were really weary of, because part of her restraining order was that like I was not allowed to publish confidential court documents, whatever that meant. And so like we were worried that like, is her affidavit a confidential court document? It's very vague. And we were really worried that like if we gave it to you and then they'd be like, that's third party doing, it's like these people are looking for any reason to jam me up. So we just had to be careful about that.
Yeah, no worries. I had a few phone calls, and then we left it as it is, and I figured we'd circle back to you one day.
I wanted you to cover, because like I'm in jail and I'm innocent and like I can't defend myself, so I'm like hoping some YouTube people do, but unfortunately you have to be very careful, but you guys didn't have the facts of the case without that affidavit and stuff. It's like the facts aren't out there yet, so like that was the hardest part.
Eventually we did get a handle on it. I did do a stream going through the affidavit at one point, but I think it was
all the lies. It was just outrageous.
It was nonsense. That's why I said she was a glowy.
A glowy? What's a glowy?
A glowy is an undercover Fed agent.
Okay.
Or just a federal employee, or just that sort of thing.
The CIA, they're glowies.
Yeah, the CIA are glowies. You know.
Zach says Valhalla had a turtle head. Wipe well, bud. Thanks. Appreciate the advice. Good call. Aiden, who plays the shoe in the movie and which one? Who plays the shoe in the movie and which
plays the shoe in the movie?
Oh, in the Karen Reed movie,
Who's the
weird
shoe?
shoe that changed souls or whatever it was.
I
Is that what they're saying?
Is that like an attempt at humor or something? don't
Yeah,
get
I
it.
think
Yeah,
so.
okay.
I'm here for it, Sarah.
All right.
Thanks for the
I'm here
$2.
I'm not sure why that one was directed at me, Dave. I don't know why you thought that was
It's not
mine.
in
but
my
right on.
chat. It's in yours.
I got a question from my chat here. Has Aiden heard Nick's Yuri song? Yeah, I'm addicted to this Suno.com, the AI songwriting app.
Be right back.
So I accidentally gave, known facts about Yuri Buchanan. And
Do you got the dancing video? Because that video does something for me.
Saw you in the courtroom glow. Swore on truth, but the lies still show. Evidence missing like a ghostly dance. Now reassigned with a guilty glance. Oh, Sergeant, what did you do? Hide in shadows where the light breaks through. Deleting secrets like the midnight tide. Now you're gone with no place to hide. The judge looked down with a heavy frown. Side of Yuri's words spinning round and round. Tales of justice, but the truth got blurred. Lost in the echo of the lies he stirred. Ooh, the walls are talking, footsteps silent, but the whispers walking. Side-Jun Yuri caught in twisted scheme. Truth fell apart like a broken dream. Oh, Side-Jun Yuri, what did you do?
What an ill-fitting suit.
Where the light breaks through, deleting secrets like
Is
the
his face too
midnight
small for his head?
tide.
He looks like an overstuffed sausage right now.
Now the badge feels heavy on his chest. Once a hero, now just second best. Reassigned to a place far away, but the past keeps calling.
He's got rusty no teeth
every
face.
day.
He's a look. I have a special place in this whole situation, right? Like of all the bad guys involved in this case, I have a special place in my heart for Yuri Buchanan because Bukaki at one point guarded the president's helicopter. He was attached to a detail.
Did he really?
Guarding Air Force Two. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a big deal. He was like one of the Marines that you see outside, like when the president walks to the helicopter and gets on the helicopter. He was one of the Marines that stood out there in the rain with the salute. It bothers me so much because that man could have had a great career.
What I want to know is
he tarnished it with his behavior and his bullshit excuses.
Who's this guy? What's his name?
That's Bukaki.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Why does his face look like it has no teeth? Like, people that have no teeth, but he has teeth, right?
Yeah, but
Why does it look
no
that
one's
way?
ever seen him. No one's ever seen his teeth before. To this day.
he's never smiled
Are we
once in his
are
entire
we sure
life.
he has teeth?
He's halfway to one of these ugliest man alive contests. He just needs to put his lower lip up on his nose. I mean, he's
And
halfway there.
His face is too small for his head, right? We can all agree on that.
He looks like a
it's just like-
he's a Tetris piece. That's what I call him. He looks like a
You know what he
like the
reminds me
Tetris
of?
piece that you can put, like the 4-1 that like is awesome and fills in the gaps like perfectly. He's that.
You guys ever
Tetris
played?
piece.
You guys ever played Battletoads back in the day for Nintendo?
Oh,
He
that's
kinda
that
looks like the
face.
Battletoad.
He does look like the Battletoad. Oh my god. Wait, hang on. Let me see if I can
Hold
find.
on. I'm getting a
All
picture.
right, yeah,
if you took his face and just put it down, he would be like the guy from Mario 1 that's like goes along the ground and kills you. You just gotta jump over him.
Oh, the
He's
Goomba?
got- yeah,
The
Goomba.
Goomba.
Like that
The
would be him.
Goomba.
If you just
All
took his face off, it would be that.
Where's Hella? Can we put a
Oh, that's
Goomba little
terrible.
hat on this guy right now?
That's terrible.
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh, you
Battletoads was a regular Nintendo NES game. It was an amazing game.
It was so awesome.
It was like an adventure scroll game.
So many
and,
hours
this was
playing Battletoads.
This was the main character. These were the Battletoads.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
looks just like him.
There's a better one.
No, that one has teeth.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a better one. Yeah, he's a frog like though, definitely.
Let me see if I can find something better.
Has Aiden finished the first part of his Lego build yet? That's what I want.
I'm almost done with the truck.
Almost done with the truck.
We're all, it's impressive. You'll
You haven't
see.
even started the building yet.
No, we're not going to get to that tonight.
Oh, here, this will work. This will work for what I'm looking for. We'll show you this Battletoad. Oop, not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, you gotta share the right one.
Yeah, well, it was still up. I made a mistake.
Thanks, Eliza. Eliza's
Were you
like, "No,
talking
you're
the whole
muted."
time?
I was muted.
Wendy's just chit chatting away. She got the best one-liners and
Totally do. I'm like, I'm cracking myself up
shit.
and no one's laughing. What the hell?
All right, that image isn't going to work.
Story of my life.
No.
Nick, story of my life.
No. You got a good one?
No, well, no, because you
Sarah,
were
I'm
looking.
proud
I
of
didn't
him
know.
for embracing the Lego build too.
I'm monitoring the.
But for those of you who aren't
GoFundMe.
normal
I think it's
Lego
a go.
watchers, Valhalla and David do a bi-monthly stream for Lego. They want to talk about it.
Yeah, well, we interview various personalities while building Lego at the same time. Yeah, and we do this. We usually do it Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. But we made a special circumstance for Aiden here today.
All right, I give up.
Because
You give up?
Nicholas was already doing something cool with Aiden, and they were kind enough to let us join.
Yeah,
Also,
me and Aiden, we're difficult
Chloe,
to
it's
finding
Chloe.
timing.
right?
So, but then this
You
showed
got your-
up. And,
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
Chloe?
Yeah, Chloe came with the
That's
car.
awesome.
Wait, hang on. Let's pull it up. We need this.
We
solo
found
view
Chloe, chat.
Laura.
Chat, we found Chloe. She's been
Chloe.
located.
I mean, this is like the last piece of the puzzle in there. We put Chloe in there, and we are pretty much good to go, folks. I
Heather,
think.
right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're good. I mean, just got to put the
oh,
hood on.
is it Chloe or Cara?
Oh, it's transgender now, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I built my police car. I did it.
I think you just dead named the
I did
dog.
it.
Turtle.
All right, cool. I did it. I accomplished something tonight. There we go.
People are saying, "Ta-da!"
Done. Only took
Alright.
three hours and 12 minutes. Done.
Outstanding.
Boom.
Outstanding.
I have
That
a
is
police-
not the longest Lego guest we've ever had, Aiden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That might have been one of my super chats, the last one from Tara, because I was looking at the wrong screen.
Well,
We got
David,
another one from Tara. I'll let Wendy read it.
Why don't I see? Oh, I didn't see that one. Hi, Tara Rayner. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Bukaki CV may have a marshalling problem. Helotes like Popeye. Helotes? Helotes?
He looks like Popeye.
Oh, thank you, babe.
He-
Brennan looks like Skeeter from Fraggle Rock. Sounds like
Oh,
Skeeter
Skeeter,
Griffin.
yeah.
Free Turtleboy.
Oh,
Free
he kind of
Turtleboy.
does.
He does look like Skeeter from Fraggle Rock.
kinda
That
I
was a good
love
show, by the
Fraggle
way.
Rock.
Aiden, what's your thoughts on Fraggle Rock? Did you ever watch it?
It was like those weird Muppet guys, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah, back in the
They were
80s,
like mining
early
things
80s.
all the time.
I don't know. How old are you, man?
I am 43, but I used to
Okay.
think Fraggle Rock was in my dryer. Like I'd be like, the dryer has like echoes if
Oh,
you yell into it.
Yeah.
I thought Fraggle Rock was in there, so that's all I think about them. They were
Please
in the
tell me you
dryer.
climbed in there looking for the Fraggles.
No, I can't say I did, but I used
They
to
were
assume.
not the baby, not the baby.
No, that's from Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Not the mom.
Dinosaurs.
Not
Wasn't dinosaurs from Fraggle Rock? Am I
No.
totally missed?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's not
It's-
uncommon as
It's
we
the
know.
whole
from
like
anime, but-
Flash Gordon thing again.
Right, I
Wendy.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. But okay, so you remember how the Bart Simpson thing came from that one show? The Simpsons came from.
No, it's always started as The Simpsons.
What?
Okay,
It
not
was
The
just
Simpsons.
it was just a mini. It was like a short or something.
Ally McBeal. What's the one that came from Ally McBeal? There was something that.
The Dancing Baby.
Ew.
No.
What are you talking?
Dude, I remember that.
Wendy, I think you need
That
some
was
more
in, like,
wine.
I do remember the Dancing Baby from Ally McBeal,
That was
though.
yeah,
It was in,
right.
like,
I did too, but I feel
5th
like
grade, I think.
Tracy
It was a big
Ullman
thing.
show is where the
Thank you, the
Simpsons got
Tracy
their
Ullman
start.
show. So I was gonna
Yes,
say it's like
there you
that,
go.
like how it was a show that came from another show. I thought that the dinosaurs came from Fraggle Rock, but obviously I'm way off.
Yeah, no, yeah, you are, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Way
thank
off.
you. The Tracy Ullman show. The Simpsons came from the Tracy Ullman show. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a
so
short
much.
on the Tracy Ullman show. That's what it
Thanks,
was.
Half Irish. Wait, who else? Who said that? Thank you.
Well,
Mike, yes, thank you, Mike.
Anyway, I gotta. It's been real. I appreciate.
Yeah,
it.
Well,
no, it's been great.
let me cut you off, sir. Let me cut you off for a second. So I've been to war a couple times, right? I've been to Iraq twice, and bravery is it's a weird thing, right? Bravery, it's not about doing the action, it's about persevering through the action, right? When there's fear involved and you still do the thing, that is bravery at its truest form. And what you have done, sir, with this Karen Reed case and exposing the corruption in Norfolk County is bravery at its purest form.
Well, thank
and
you,
I
man.
absolutely commend you for your actions involved. And I'm here, brother. I'm here for you.
Well, man, coming from you, that means a lot, Val. So I appreciate that, my dude. And I am not as brave as a soldier who went to war, but because, like I said, I don't actually fear physical violence, but I do fear going to jail. But it hasn't been easy, but it'll all be worth it in the end because I have God on my side and I have righteousness on my side. The truth is on my side, and
hell yes.
Ultimately, we're gonna get through this, and it's gonna go down in history.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Totally
So,
agree. All right.
appreciate
Well,
that.
An awesome Lego guest.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate
no,
it.
thanks
Thank
very
you
much
so
for
much.
joining us.
It's lovely to meet
And
you.
so much.
to everyone in the chat, again, we do this just about every Saturday. We have another one coming up Saturday. So
We sure do.
And wait, hang on. How do we do it? Free Zachariah Anderson? I'm doing it wrong. There we go.
Also
All
the
right.
Karen Reed.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There
All
we
right.
go.
See you guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Attorney in a suit and goats on the loose. Divorcee sipping wine like there's no excuse. With Lego bricks stacked in a colorful haze, they're building dreams while the questions blaze. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while the sets unfold. Attorney holds a file, but now it's a brick. The farmer speaks wisdom that's earthy and slick. The ex pours her tea while she laughs at the jokes. Behind a strange world, there's magic it evokes. Flashbacks to courtrooms and fields of green, to Cali love lost in Lego scenes. Strangers pour out their life on the screen, in the strangest show you've ever seen. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while the sets unfold. Flashbacks to courtrooms and fields of green, to Cali love lost in Lego scenes. Strangers pour out their life on the screen, in the strangest show you've ever seen. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while the sets unfold. Classic castles grow, but so do the stories. Tales of fame, past glory, and embarrassing stories. The goat farmer grins, says life's full of muck. The attorney replies, bet that's worth the buck. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life